Yo, 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 yo. What's good? Should I start the live or should I wait a little while? Wait a little while. Just wait. Is my microphone even on? It's on. Wait. Wait, what? Is it on? Mic check. It's on. It's switched on. Wait a little while. Or get the live going. It's a nice little cool breeze out of nowhere. Is there a spirit in here joining me with the live? What is that? I need to check that video out later. I might need to check it out later. Was good, was good. Happy Friday, happy Saturday. Technically, it's Saturday. Who's like me when it comes to past midnight? And I when it's past midnight, I'm like, well, it's the next day now. It's not the same day that it was. Well, some people are still like, it's still the same day that it was before midnight hit. I'm like, after midnight, it's the next day. So for some people, it's Friday night. For me, it's like, it's Saturday morning or Saturday. It's Saturday. Whatever. It's Saturday. It's Saturday. Don't you dare question me. It's Saturday. Say it with me now. Saturday. Or as some would say, Saturn's Day. See what I did there? Saturn. Yeah. Initially I wanted to play some I don't want to get too hyped because the uh the the solar flares we're getting, I'm enjoying it, and I'm also deeply appreciating it. So I don't want to complain about the heat in no way, shape, or form, because I live in the cold or coolish climate. This environment is by default cool, so um, I don't want to I don't want to complain about it when most of the time we're here. It's generally cold. This isn't a hot climate. It's by default cold and cool. So when it gets hot like this, I soak it in. I absorb the solar radiation, the solar charge. It feeds my spirit. It feeds my soul. So I initially wanted to get ready and be like, yo, let me play some Afro beats. I was gonna play Afro beats and something just said, yo, 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 slow your roll, slow your roll, slow your roll. Cause I wanted to do like Afro beats discussion slash chill vibe weekend. Google said, bruh. I said, what's good, Google? Google said, yo, it's a cool idea. This is not Patreon. This is YouTube. I said, yeah, I know that. If you stream any unlicensed music, we will cut your shit in half. I said, well, goddamn. Word YouTube? They said, word Kosmic. Word Kosmic. I said, that's just cold, YouTube. They said, yo, that's how we roll, Kosmic. I said, all right, YouTube. Say less. I really wanted to have a conversation about X-Men, fear. I was going to tell a little story that happened to me this week. And then Evil Dead Burn. Apparently, it's doing very, very well in the cinema. Apparently, it's very, very scary. I was like, yo, that sounds like it's a trick to get people to go see it in the cinema. Who knows? So let me do my usual share the link with people, let them know I'm live. But also, I really wanted to do this thing. I really wanted to do this Afrobeat stuff. So it's a good thing that I checked Google. Google was like, yo, it's a good idea. It's a really chill idea, but you play any unlicensed music, we will cut your shit in half, good. I said, well, damn. Ain't that about a bitch? That's just nasty. So let's talk X-Men 97 season 2. Let's talk Avatar. I'm gonna see if I can make it a short live. I don't mind the long lives. Like I did a good one recently with with Supergirl. I enjoyed that very, very much. I'm still editing my review. That's how long that review was. And when I turned on the camera, I intended for roughly 45 minutes. Camera said, "You lying cow. You have no idea how pissed you are. You're holding in this anger. Let it flow. Don't hold yourself back with the what do you call it? Don't hold yourself back with the constantly thinking how long should my lives be. Spirit said, let it flow, my friend. You're upset with the movie. Let it flow. Don't hold yourself back." Okay, let me really check if my audio is coming through, because that thing would be really pissing me off if I'm just talking and y'all can't hear me. Uno momento. So it's good to know that I can also control the. Oh, that's really loud in my earphones. Oh, say less. Nice. You like it very much. So I can control the audio output here. I was so ready. I was so ready, so ready for some Afrobeat stuff, man. You know what? I'm going to start looking for other platforms to just express my music passion. No offense, YouTube. No offense. You do you. You're the trailer reaction page. You're the express yourself page. I've I've been noticing a particular pattern. Maybe it's just me. Maybe because I'm an early YouTuber, so I don't know the ropes. I don't know the rules. As they say, don't bite the hand that feeds you. I've been noticing this. Come on here, be yourself, but also talk about these topics. Come on here, be yourself, but also be yourself like this. Come on here, talk about whatever you want to talk about. But how about these trends as well? Try using this hook. Try starting like this and try. I genuinely thought I could be wrong. I could maybe I'm a noob. Maybe I'm not mature enough to understand the games. Like for example, I fully abhor when I see videos on here that tell you 5 things you're doing that's killing your progress on YouTube. 10 things to turn off when you're on YouTube. 55 things to not do when you're starting a YouTube channel. I'm like, who is giving you guys these bullet points? Like, does YouTube have like a list of 100 things not to do, and then gives Jason 5, and then Tanya 10, and then Michelle another 5? Like, how does that work? What is it that they know that we, the new YouTubers, don't know? And it doesn't make sense to me that YouTube as a general hub is giving out this, five of, it's almost like the holy commandments of YouTube. You're choosing a set number of commandments to give to Jason, Tina, and Keisha. But I feel it makes more sense that you give those commandments to us, the new YouTubers. I mean, I could argue that you have a lot of commandments, but since we're on here in your platform, cool. I mean, I feel it's. I feel there's a sense where we work together cohesively for this thing to thrive and flourish, rather than you trying to play God. Yeah, it's so annoying. Is this thing? Do I need to put this mic higher? Hold on. At this point, it's a ritual now. When I go live, I gotta clean my nose. Always got to clean my nose. I don't know if it's a nervous thing or whatever. Yeah, I actively block and ignore those channels. Anytime I see a channel, there's some good YouTube channels that I used to watch in the past that I've now unsubscribed from. It's like, yeah, it's not a life or death contract or bond or soul tie or soul union or spirit journey, whatever it is. When I see 10 things you're doing that kills your YouTube channel, all these fucking thumbnails. When I see those, I'm like, yep, actively block them instantly. Not interested, or I block, or don't show me this channel again. I don't have the time. What do you? Because it doesn't make sense to me. I'm trying to be on the same page with this platform to an extent. I'm not, I'm not blind to what's going on. I even saw the real rejects today put a video up and say YouTube's changed and yada yada yada. I'm lucky not going to be surprised in the future when YouTube tries to start doing some things that a lot of um a lot of creative people that we label as content creators, they're going to be like, "Yep, sayonara." I don't want to say I'm looking forward to that day, but hopefully by then, those creative people and creators will be like, you know what? Let's do our own thing, but don't repeat the same mistakes that these platforms have made that you don't like. Don't repeat the same mistakes. This thing has helped me a lot with fear of being seen, shyness. I still feel I'm shy to an extent. I feel obviously maybe you could argue that when you are in a conducive environment, then the shyness fades away. But my natural default is not to be like, "Hey, hi, my name is." No, I'm always to myself. I guess that's probably my introverted aspect of me slash ADHD as well. Probably. Who knows? Who knows? But I know my natural default is always, or my base default is always, yep. I'm not the reach out to you, shake your hand guy. Nah, that's a lot of stress and hassle. Mm-mm, mm-mm. So shout out to YouTube for the assistance, even turning on the camera and mastering to talk right into the lens. Learning not to look at the display because of the phones we use, and just keeping that engagement. It's almost like you're talking to yourself, but you're talking to someone else and other people at the same time. It's a weird feeling. First time I started, I was like, "Oh, this is very weird." On the phone, it's easy because you're looking at yourself, and yeah. Even when I recorded myself one day without the video, I was like, "Oh, I think this is a lot easier than the video because you're not having to think of what you're wearing." And that was another thing as well when I started. Oh, you didn't have a haircut today. I'm like, but did you watch the video? Oh, is the haircut bothering you? I rarely watch people's videos, male or female, and be like, I don't like the way her hair is done. If it's like if I don't like wigs, for example, or I don't know if it's how do I want to describe it? Okay, if I don't like weaves, and I see a lady with weave and she's doing a video, I wouldn't just be like, I don't like weave, so I'm outie. I'm like, okay, the content is cool. She's talking about a favorite show that I watch, or favorite movie that I watch, or an actor or actress that I like, or music that I listen to as well. Unless it's how I was brought up, where I don't like to misjudge or misdiagnose or miss whatever people because of how they look. When I had someone tell me, "Oh, you didn't cut your hair. I can see your grays." Oh no, shit, Sherlock. I thought this was supposed to be to build a community. You're building a collective, or you're expressing yourself here freely without mostly without judgment. Obviously, you're gonna have douchebags. I'm talking about the regular folk. I'm like, oh wait, so not having a haircut is a problem for you watching the video? Did you get the content though? Did you get the essence of the video? Or is the not having a haircut bothering you? It's weird. But then again, you don't want these people around, your content. You don't want these people around you general. To each their own. And that's another thing I don't understand about YouTube as well. I thought YouTube was designed to find your people alongside with you. Your mannerisms, the topics you talk about, the hashtags you put in your video, even that's also another rule. You can't put more than 15 hashtags in your video. So, what are the particular things? Because let's say I'm a South African YouTuber. How would I make sure that I get a South African audience? Is that all fully down to me? Or is that a dance YouTube and I would do together to ensure that I find a large South African audience? Surely it makes sense that you'd show my videos to a lot of South Africans in South Africa. Other people, of course. Can we choose where we want our videos to be shown on YouTube? Because I've not seen an option that says show my videos only to this part of the world. I think that'd be a cool option. But instead, you guys seem to allow any dictum and Harry to come online and tell you five things you're doing that's killing your channel. Yeah, sure thing, buddy. It's so annoying. And if you speak about these things truthfully, ooh, they're gonna ban you. They're gonna suppress your videos. They're gonna mess with your views. What like what's this, what's all this? Are you a truthful space where anyone can come here and shine and spread their wings, and somebody who was shy in the house or got bullied in school just felt like, okay, let me just record one or two videos and share my hobbies and talents and gifts and abilities and whatnot. Like, for example, when I was in school, I wanted to do drama, but I was too shy. Too shy. I wanted to do drama. And I wasn't one of those children when growing up that people would ask, "Oh, what do you want to do when you get older?" And I would give you one answer. I was very, very interested in many things. I still am. I still am. But I remember one thing that stuck out was entertainment. That's the one thing that keeps coming back. I'm like, okay, I wanted to do this and also this. And when I realized those things are under the umbrella of entertainment, I liked kids' TV shows presenting as well, but there was an element of routine that I didn't necessarily like. I like the fun ones where you get to do some new stuff, cool stuff, wild stuff. And I wish there was an academy you could go to if you're shy that would or could help you with that. Like now, I've been thinking a lot lately about being neurodivergent or being ADHD and wondering if there's an academy that is built, for example, a modeling academy that caters towards shy people, autistic people, neurodivergent people, ADHD people who also want to be models, who want to do some form of entertainment or TV presenting, or even have ideas of creating their own shows. And why not? Why not? Because the traditional, from what I remember when I wanted to do modeling, the traditional thing would be portfolio, bring this amount of money. And I always thought to myself, why don't you guys find these people their first gig or gigs, and then they'll pay you. But you could argue, oh, that's not how the industry works. Maybe you should change some of the rules in this industry. So many weird things is going on that just jars my mind sometimes. But yeah, I remember being really interested in doing drama, but I was so shy. I remember walking into the drama room for the first time to go and, pardon me, put my name down, and I saw my classmates doing Shakespeare, Romeo and Juliet, and it's the way they were reading. I remember the first thing that put me off or got me shook was the scripts. They were reading scripts, and I always thought acting was, you'd get a sense of what you're supposed to do, and you would ad lib. I guess that's why one of the reasons I like Robert Downey Jr. and Ryan Reynolds. So I remember that day. I remember the teacher even asking me, "Are you lost?" I'm like, "No." Then she looked at me and said, "Oh, do you want to enroll?" She could almost tell like I wanted to, but I was shy. And she almost got me to be like, come in. I was like, oh no, let me sayonara, let me dip. And I felt about that in the past many times. Like I wish I could like a alternate timeline. If I just stayed there and spoken to her and she understood my apprehension, what my life or what it should help me overcome that fright to things I would have been able to do after that. Like, would I have chased acting career long term? Or, I mean, yo, I still want to act. I mean, you could even say me being on here is acting. I'm acting in some way, shape, or form, right? You know, you're not being your real self. You're playing different characters. I mean, that's why I appreciate this platform to an extent. I appreciate a space where someone is encouraged to be themselves or be what they hoped to have been in the past. I've seen some cool, like over 40, over 50 YouTubers, male and female, and you can tell they're in the element. And for me, when I look at them, I'm like, this feels like you could have been doing this a lot earlier. And I'm getting the sense you wish you did this a lot earlier. So you're happening to start now. And even some of their content revolves around, if I was your age, if I was 30, here's the advice I'd give my 30-year-old self. And I feel that's cool because you're encouraging other people who are in your shoes or were in your shoes to let go of that fear. Fear the mind killer. Yeah, to let go of that apprehension. Let's see if I can make this a series. I was so hungry for that acting thing. Maybe you could say I wasn't hungry enough, but I remember that day I saw people reading script, and it's the way they were speaking. Oh, wherefore I thou. It's like, "Hey, we don't talk like that." So now I got to master how to speak Shakespearean. Oh no, Siri Bob, or Old English, shall I say? Shakespearean or Old English or both. I was like, nah. I got put off because of that, and I didn't give myself enough encouragement to say, try it. You know, just like an accent, just try it out. And sometimes if you have a bad teacher, that can mess your shit up too. That's why I said, I wonder what it looks like or what it would look like to have an academy for people like myself who were shy growing up, introverted, neurodivergent. Where's the modeling academy for those people? Because some of us want to do these things, but because of how our frequencies operate, we're seen as weird or different or whatever to those establishments. Just like when Kanye was like, "Oh, how come I can't come into this place and make my own brand and work with Vuitton and whatever?" But I think hopefully if I leave this world, there'll be some form of, just like X-Men's mansion, Xavier school for the gifted. You can just come in here and be like, "Oh, you're neurodivergent? Cool, check it. We get the assessment done for you as well. And do you also want to do modeling? Slack and load. You want to do acting? Slack and load. You want to do some content stuff, especially when you're around your people without judgment. Ooh, some of us have some superpowers that are just buried underneath because um we don't know we don't know how to channel them. I know for sure growing up I enjoyed talking. My grandma always said I spoke a lot. Not that I talked too much. I was very, very expressive with my words. And before I started making sense of what I was saying, I guess to other people, because I made sense of what I was saying. In terms of people understanding what I was saying, I was a very chatty kid, basically, very chatty child. So fast forward to this whole podcasting thing, I was like, oh, that could be a thing I could do. Yeah, yes, yes, yes. Express myself through podcasting. This is good. This is good. So sometimes it's so annoying when YouTube just, gives you a curveball. Like, yeah, there you go. You think you're on your stride. Bam. When you see other YouTubers that you follow complaining about YouTube, new algorithm and new rules, I'm like, that sucks, dude. What do you guys genuinely want to do? The fact that I'm even saying where the like I've if I could Google, maybe it is now, but in general, I don't know if there's a ADHD modeling agency, ADHD modeling agency, autistic or autism. I don't know if there is. I don't know if there is. But because we're all so different and unique in our special ways, I feel more industries should be, or even newer industries should be created. What if someone is really shy but has the potential to become a good actor, dancer, choreographer, beats producer, director, writer, script doctor, special effects, so on and so forth, podcaster, whatever, game show host. I like game show hosts as well. But I used to watch many different game shows, and like, I could host that, or you could do like what do you call this thing? What's that word when a superhero sidekick hosting? Like, you could pair yourself with someone else where there's a serious person, you're the funny guy, or you're both funny, and because you're two from two different backgrounds, you bust jokes differently. Caribbean, African Caribbean, Nigerian, and whatever. You have fun. Not too serious. Have fun. Have fun. I feel there should be a place. These places should exist from now on, where these industries, it's not like it's gatekeeping. We should be able to just enter, or you create a specific space where it's like, okay, you know what, this is what it is over there, but here it's for us, and it's not like a segregation or whatever. It's just this space is designed to welcome those of us who are different, and our abilities express themselves or manifest themselves differently in their own special unique ways. Like, I remember I signed up for an agency recently, and I was like, we are actually doing this whole thing you wanted to do since I was a teenager. Wanted to do modeling for a very, very long time. And if your environment is not conducive, or you grow up in an environment where you're expected to be something else, or you're not encouraged to be the thing you want to be, or the things you want to be, that's also another thing. It sucks. That sucks. I got a list of things I want to talk about very, very soon. So heads up. But anyway, these things are important to me. That's why I'm talking about them. I feel some people, they dim their star, they dim their light, they dim their spark, their soul. Pardon me, goddamn dragon's roar, because they're in an environment that doesn't, from my experience, the environment does not fully love the unique expression of being. It doesn't. It doesn't. It doesn't. If it did, it'd be self-evident. So therefore, it doesn't. If it did, we would be talking about how awesome it is, wherever we are on the planet. It took me having to come from Nigeria here and many years after to understand that I'm neurodivergent. That's not something you hear growing up back home. Now, I'm not saying there aren't other terms that describe what I am back home, but no, I mean, there are other ways some of us were described back home. Slow, you know, dumb, which is incorrect, wrong, and very, very bad way to describe a person or a creation you don't understand. You don't understand, so therefore he or she is stupid or dumb or slow. That's cruel. That shows your lack of intelligence. Shows how incompetent you are. You don't understand this form of intelligence or the way this person's brain works, so therefore you deem them as. It took me a while to also understand that I learned visually. So you can tell me a few things, cool. What you show me, got you. Especially when you repeat it a couple of times, got you. You haven't to reach a particular age, you then realize, oh, so that's why I was like this when I was a child. Got it, got it, got it, got it. So I signed up with this agency. I was crapping my pants like, yo, once I put my name out there, my face, even how to pose for a picture. It'd be cool if these academies were there and they were genuine, not just another way to make money. Genuine. You genuinely care about the creative realm, whilst also saying you care about these people you're opening space for to assist them. You're like, I know each of these people have their own spark and light and interest or interests multiple interests, and you want to help them. You want to see them fly. You want to help them get from their cocoon stage into the butterfly stage, or from the ashes to the phoenix stage. You genuinely care, not another get rich quick scheme, another draw money from no, you got to balance it out, because otherwise it's just going to be this loop of people look up to this place. I want to be this, I want to be that, and you're just getting stepped on and crushed. So when I signed up, I thought, oh, it'd be cool if they had a ADHD modeling agency, because there's some ADHD pages that I follow now. And when it caught my attention, I was like, this is not me trying to be difficult, but I can see that there's a lot of ADHD pages that are run by Caucasians more than they are um, run by us. And to me, that shows that it's still a thing that within our community, some might say you're calling yourself that as an excuse, even though in other communities it's also seen as it's recognized. There you go. It's also seen as a new phenomenon. It's part of their collective in other communities. But the pages I followed a lot lately on Instagram, and I'm not saying there aren't pages, ADHD pages or neurodivergent pages where they're being run by melanated people that cater or have open space to more brown people. I'm not saying that they aren't. What I'm saying is the majority that I've seen all seem to be typical Caucasians. And I follow them. And they don't have this essence of talking down to you or making you feel bad. There is a welcoming energy and an appreciation energy. And they're always debunking the whole, oh, ADHD, neurodivergent, it's a new trend that everyone wants to use, and this and that, or dyslexic. No, it reflects that the environment or the society you're in has not done its due diligence to show appreciation and understanding, not even accommodate, show appreciation and understanding of the way the brain works. That means you're still behind. Otherwise, your environment or your society would reflect all different brain types, all neurotypes, how we all learn, the different ways we learn, sensitivity to light, sound, environment. Your whole civilization and society will be built around these things because you know it and you honor it and you respect it, rather than wanting to have a set default thing. This is how it should be. If you're not like this, then skedaddle. We got lists of things to talk about real soon. So hang in there and stay tuned. Is I don't want to move around too much because the way this heat is hitting me, I might be recording this video with my shorts on or boxes on. Who knows? All you're seeing is, so I might just have my boxes on right now or not. Back in the day, I used to wear Y fronts. Can't believe I used to wear them as well. But I prefer boxes, man. So I might have my boxes on or not. Who knows? You will never know. You will never find out. So yeah. Been watching X-Men 97 so far. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. I feel it's better than the first season. There's no BS. Well, one or two annoying things, but season one really got on my nerves when it came to certain characters and the love triangle between the two Jeans and Scott and then Wolverine. That was infuriating. Infuriating. I was like, no, we're not. I'm not. If you bring out season two and it's all of that nonsense, I won't even bother. I won't bother getting involved, man. No way, shape, or form. But so far, it's pretty cool. It's Saturday 11th, July 011 right now on my time. Can I do a screenshot of that real quick? Is it possible? Yep, just did a screenshot. Did it work? It didn't work. You son of a gun. Let me try that again. Damn you. Okay, I got it now. 11th July 0111. 11 July 011. So for those of you who don't know, I'm into I'm into numerology. I'd be into the numbers like that. I'd be like, ooh, I just saw like 555 or 323 or 444. or quadruple two. Ooh, what does that mean? Yeah. And I think it's going to be is it a full moon next? No, we already had a full moon, so it's going to be a new moon this weekend, right? Is it a full moon? No, we already had a full moon. So I think a new moon is coming. Yeah, new moon is coming. So X-Men 97 is pretty cool so far. I'm doing a watch reaction for my Patreon. Going to start promoting my page or discussing. I don't like to use, trying to be mindful of how I speak these days. I'm going to start sharing my Patreon page with you all, trying to get you all just trying to get you all to notice the Patreon side as well. Because YouTube, I'm peeping game, man. After Sony, after what Sony dropped this week, yo. People are pissed. People are upset. No more disc. And the only one thing I thought about that is I was like, I'm surprised Sony didn't use a typical, not even typical. I'm surprised Sony didn't go down the route of, listen, these discs aren't wood. They're plastic, right? They're plastic. So to save the environment, I would have at least semi appreciated that route or that angle. Even though I'd have been like, yeah, bull, you're using your smoke screen. You're saying that, but we know what you're doing. We know what you're doing. So many things I want to talk about because when I heard, I was like, what are you people doing? You people are relentless. You don't learn. You don't want to learn, and it's this constant. Even I sat back and thought, okay, this is incompetent. It's not a business move. They didn't even say the environment, and we don't want to partake in constant creation of plastic. Even though we could argue your consoles aren't stainless steel, there are lots of plastic in your consoles. So it's not that you're trying to be environmentally friendly and safe or whatever. Maybe that's why they didn't go down the route of our disc are plastic, so we're trying to cut down our use of plastic. Because I would have been the first to be like, oh, that's pretty cool, but your consoles aren't, But I mean, I asked the question in my last live. Is it the last live? Who's it? I think I was talking. Did I? I think I did both. Like, where are we going? Like, what's the point of where we're going as a collective, as a species? Sometimes I don't mind doing a group thing. Sometimes I'm like, yo, them motherfuckers over there doing some nasty shit. So I don't do the whole we as humanity. So sometimes I'm like, okay, collectively, where we headed? Like, you just come outside and say no more discs, and they're gonna be pissed off. What are you doing? And I'm like, let me sit back and see what our people are going to do. The species, the human race, or not human, like the whole world. Like those of us who are pissed off, what should we do? What can we do? With the whole boycott thing, we can, right? And just stick to the current games that we have. Like, for example, I've heard people say no one's going to buy GTA. I'm like, yeah, right. That'll be freaking awesome. To just say nada, no siree Bob. And like, okay, after that's done, and it's like, if you're having to do countermeasures, we know they go to boycott, so we'll do this. And when they do this, if you're having to do that, you already know what you're doing long term. And that, to me, the way how I observe, to me, that shows me you are. This is an intentional thing. Dominic James 3000, my brother from another mother, was good. Happy weekend, happy Friday, happy Saturday. Was good, big dog. What's up? What's popping? What we talking about today? I just got in here. Much appreciated. Just a few things actually. It's talking about what do I want to say? Started with some ADHD stuff, some childhood stuff, talents, gift, ability stuff, being shy. And when I talk about being shy, some people are like, you can be shy. You're on camera. I'm like, yeah, still shy in person. Yeah. But if I'm talking about a particular thing that I'm joyful about, you wouldn't see the shyness. But in person, I would be like, hey, how are you? I won't be the first guy to shake your hand. Although my brother keeps bringing up this thing. We were at a party, my cousin's birthday party, and it's nighttime. We walk into the house. I'm nervous as crap. I'm already crapping my pants because I'm like, we're going to a party, and I know how certain people's minds work. So I'm like, I'm preempting. I want to use the word false judgment. People thinking they know you, even though they don't. And how I dress, or why is he dressed like this at the party? I'm already preempting that nonsense. And that's allowing me to know, okay, once I catch the tone or frequency, of that person, I know what category to put them in. I love real people. Whatever that means is a real, true, organic, as God intended, or as not Jehovah. I'm not a Christian. I don't even like as the Most High intended. Meaning, before one got corrupted by parents, family members, society, and media, whatever you want to use, any external non-divine. I like using big boy words. Non-divine interference. I prefer the people who have not been tampered with, or even they've been tampered with and scarred and hurt and cut. Those who are like, oh, I see what you're trying to do here. No, I'm going to remain my true, organic, authentic self, as intended by the Most High. I love those people. We can sit down and talk and have a conversation, even if you're not neurodivergent. So we get into this party. My brother and I were both shy. I'm shyer than he is. We're both neurodivergent. We enter the room, and to my right, there are two sisters sat. I mean, like, I'm not really good with math, so I would say, let's say this the space of another bean, whatever this distance is. And because I turn and I clock them, my mind is now aware that they're present. I'm like, they're there. So I turn, wave. I'm looking for my cousin. Cool. My auntie comes, cousin's mom. We greet. She's like, "Oh, you're getting taller." I'm like, "Ha ha ha." So we sit down, and I've read. As soon as I come in, it's like I can see the future. So I've already pre-scanned where the room, what space we're going to occupy, and I don't feel comfortable going into the center. It's so uncomfortable, like here, or so I prefer to be at the outskirts, right at the edge. And the only available space that's away from said center is the corner here where the two sisters are. So my brother and I then sit down, and remember, like I said, I'm aware that they're there. So that same whole thing my mind is playing. They could be judging you, they could be this, whatever. What if scenarios, multiple, infinite what if scenarios are playing in my head. So I sit down, and like I said, another guy who will go and say, "Hey, my name is," no, I'm not that dude. But because they're there and they're in close proximity to us, they also weren't giving off, stush vibes like who these motherfuckers are, kind of thing. But something just told me, you know what? Relax yourself and just reach out. And instead of the hand, hi, my name is, I was like, oh, hell no, high five. Hey, how are you? Was good. My brother till this day will always use that scenario against me, like, yo, this guy said he's shy. Yeah, sure thing, buddy. Ooh, shy. This is a guy who high five two complete strangers who he doesn't know who they are. They don't know who he is, and he high fives them. He didn't shake their hand, the old school traditional. Hi, my name is Jason. What's your name? He gave two stranger girls, high fives, and this bitch is telling me he's shy. Till every time he brings it up. So me, I flow differently when if I want to approach someone or talk to someone, especially if it's a girl. I don't like having to run after you like a dog or a puppy. Can I get your attention? No, you must be out your mind. Again, I like, or should I say, I love organic. You can sense that I want to talk to you, and if I don't, if you're not, if the vibe I'm giving off to you isn't annoying, and you come and talk to me, or you can sense I'm trying to, then you meet me there. I'm like, oh, we can talk now because you don't see me trying to. Yo, what you saying, baby girl? How you doing, girl? Yeah, you looking mighty fine. I like the color. Look good on you, girl. What's that? That Chanel? Yeah, nah. To each their own. To each their own. But when you can sense, I want to have a conversation with you, and you give me time, then yeah, I value that because I take that as you're also perceptive. Where some people are just oblivious. Again, to each their own. So that night, I mean, we continued speaking to the ladies, and in my head, I was like, well, I approached them differently without the whole handshake. Yeah, what you saying? What you saying? Yeah, 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 I could. Yeah. Again, to each their own. That's not me. That's not how I talk. But I prefer to take someone in with their energy. And if I feel the energy or their vibe is cool, then we'll talk. If I feel we can share similarities, I mean, everyone watches TV. Everybody watches movies where the party music is playing. What's your kind of music? You were hip hop, R&B, Afro beats, Afro pop. I'm a piano, instrumentals only, no lyrics, a cappella. What is it? You write music, especially when it comes to creativity and creative expression and artistic expression. Yeah, I can vibe for sure. I can definitely vibe. So I've not forgotten that day myself. And sometimes when I, think back on it, I'm like, so what were you sipping that time to? Because it was just like it just came out. And I don't like to shake women's hands. It's a thing I just developed. Like, oh, hi, mate. No, 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 no. I either embrace you or, what's good? Oh, yeah, cool. Introduce. And I'm comfortable. I'm not trying to put on a show. I got to be different than these other dudes. Nah, I'm just, just me. You might catch me on a hype day or just a chill day. And maybe my resting bitch face might be like, don't approach me. And if your sauce is spicy, you might be able to pierce through that. I'm like, oh, especially if you give me time. If we're both two human beings and you're approaching with time. I want to share your time. I'll give you time for sure. You're not trying to act. You're not trying to do the social. This is how women talk to men. Bullshit. Especially if you're a black girl. If you're a black man, it's how you approach. Nah, if all that shit is acting to me, boy. Again, to each their own. But when you're your organic sauce, I'm like, oh, I like this one. And I like this one. Even one of the ladies like, oh, if ain't nobody ever high five me. I was like, yeah, you're not gonna forget that though. Yeah, there's also a girl I saw this week. Wait, we're still in Friday, right? Yeah, it's not Sunday yet. Get out of town. Stupid fly. And she was fine. Fine, dark skin. Wait, hair just woof. Just woo. And she was on pace too. She was walking towards me when I came from the supermarket. And I bought my groceries. She was crossing over. And as I was crossing, my second mind was like, "Oh, she's gonna think you're crossing to talk to her." I was like, "Oh shit!" But I'm already on this side of the sidewalk, as Americans would say, or pavement. And to double back on myself is pointless because this is the side of the road I want to be on. I've got this weird thing where if I'm going to a destination, some people don't mind what side of the road they're on. If I'm going to a station, for example, or shopping mall, I want to be on the road where the mall is. I don't want to be on this side. Wait till I get close to the mall, then cross over. It's very annoying. I prefer to cross over now, so I'm right on the road of the mall. Some people don't mind. Some people don't care where they are. When they see the mall, they'll cross. Me, I dislike it. So on my way home, I like to be on the road that leads to the house without having to cross over later. There you go. That's what I was talking about ADHD earlier on. It's a neurodivergent thing. So as I'm crossing, I'm listening to my music, and I just glance over. I'm like, that lady just crossed. As I'm crossing, she might think I crossed because of her, because she's black, I'm black. But hopefully she can tell I got shopping bags on my shoulder, so I'm on my zone. And she's walking and she doesn't have music on, but she's nodding her head like she's vibing. And I look at her, I'm like, it's interesting. There's no music playing, but maybe she had earbuds in. Because I don't have the wireless, I have the wired earbuds in. But I don't remember her having anything I don't in her ears. And she walks by me and our eyes lock onto each other for a while. And I was like, I should say something. This is the right window to say something, right? This is the typical societal time you should say something. Do I say hi? You look good. I just smiled like, I see you, you see me. We walked on. And I was like, but she was fine though. I was so tempted to turn back. It was like, if I turn back and she happens to see me turning back, that would be creepy. I was like, yeah, but she was fine. Oh, yo, legs, frame, yo, whoo, fine. I was like, yo, God, I should have said something. I should have said something, but I was like, whatever. It is what it is. If I see her, cool. If not, I didn't want to be in my head too much. Didn't want to be in my head too much. So I'm walking home, and I forget about the whole thing. Like towards getting close, to the house, I was like, okay, fine. I didn't want it to be in my head. Didn't want it to be in my head at all. My friends come over like an hour after, hour and a half, and they're like, "Yo, let's go for a walk and get some groceries." I'm like, "I already got my groceries and I've already done my walk." And they're like, "Yo, man, this country is a cool ass country. It's very rare we get this kind of summer. Let's make the best of it, man." Let's go for a walk as homies. I'm like, all right, cool. My brother and my friends, we all go out for another walk, and we're all walking slow, chilling, taking in the heat, taking in the breeze. We get to is it supermarket or the shop anyway, the store, and we're talking for a little bit, and then I just see someone walk by me, and I catch him in my peripheral, and I'm like, it's like this little bell thing. I was like, hold on, that person looks like that. I look down on her thighs. I'm like, I remember those thighs. And she had shorts on, like, tight shorts on. I'm like, "That looks there's no way." Then I look up at her back and I remember the hair. I was like, "Yo, that's the same girl I saw earlier on today." I was trying to say I was wishing I said something, but I didn't say anything. And she was walking at the same pace in the store that she did outside. So I was like, "Okay, well, she's walking fast." My brain is reading that as this person has somewhere to go. Don't annoy her. I said, okay, cool. Let me just chill. So my friend is like, yo, say something. I'm like, hey, say what? I'm a shy dude, man. He's like, oh, this shy thing. I'm like, no, no, no. I'm not saying it for accolades. Somebody feels sorry for me. This is default state. And I'm monitoring monitoring like I'm spying. I'm observing her body language. And again, if we're not stationary in the same place, or if you're not giving me a sense of you can stop, because my friend reached out to her and said hi, hello, and she smiled back but didn't stop. So I was like, yo, you're the dude who normally talks to ladies. I'm not. And you stopped her and she didn't stop. If you can't, you don't get a chance. What chance do I stand? And this isn't me putting myself down like, oh, what chance do I stand? I'm able to observe a situation and say, not for me. It's okay. I can sit there and say, I wish I had, but it's not for me. It's okay. It's okay. It did cut because I was like, that's the second time I'm seeing this girl. So this might be the universe saying it's your time, it's your chance to talk to her. I was like, yo, but y'all can't keep sending me the same type of, archetype of ladies, man. Where are the ones that are similar to me so I can chill? Like, there's another one in the store my brother and I went to like a while back. This is a different story, but I want to get it out quickly. And she's beautiful. She's tall too. So me, I'm not saying I love different heights, but when I see a tall girl, I notice. I'm like, oh, because I'm tall too. I'm 6'3". So when I see a tall girl like 6, I'm like, oh, she girl, you are tall. Because the average ladies here, 5 foot, 5.5, 5'7", 5'9". Very rare I see consistently tall ladies, either 6'1" or 6'2", or even my height. So she just came out from. We're looking for some panels for recording, and I see at the tail. I'm like, yeah. In my head, I'm like, yo, wow, you are tall, solid, tall and solid. So I ask her for assistance with certain things, and she's like, oh, let me show you where the thing is at. We're walking. I'm like, I'm not even looking down. I'm just looking at her. Like, she's a tall, because I recognize the eye level. So she's tall and beautiful. So I ask her, how tall are you? She's like, I'm 6'1". I'm like, oh, yeah, you are. Are you 6'1" with them boots on though? Because is this work boots? Or she's like, no, I'm 6'1", but this thing just makes you look a lot taller as well. I'm like, all right, cool, 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 cool. We get to the section. She's like, oh, is this thing you're looking for is so and so. You're better for this store. It costs this. So we're talking, talking, talking. And when I was telling my brother the story, I'm like, people like ladies like this, we're in the same space. So before I leave, no, we say thank you, thank you. We turn around and my back is almost halfway fully towards her. I turn back again and say, "Oh, by the way, you're beautiful." She goes, "Oh, thank you. You guys have a nice day. Thank you." We walk out, and that wasn't a brain thing like, "Oh, tell her she's beautiful and get you." I was like, "Oh," because I'm again genuine expression. Because you are, yo. Let me let you know if I dip out of here, you are fine to the motherfucker. It's not something you go. I don't know. Some people will be able to say it at the till, like, "Oh, you are fine." To each their own. Again, everyone has their own approach. We walk out and my brother's laughing like only you. I'm like, what does that mean? It's like, yo, you didn't have to. I mean, it's good that you did. But sometimes I can't gauge you. Sometimes you say certain things, sometimes you don't, sometimes you approach. I'm like, yeah, she's in her environment. That's where she works. And she helped us out. She wasn't a bitch. She was cool. She was approachable. I didn't ask for a number, but I saw she was open enough for me to say, okay, she doesn't look like someone who's very stiff and like, oh, you trying to get my number? Because you so I just said, gave her a simple compliment. You are beautiful, and she appreciated it because I even heard the tone of her voice change. Oh, thank you. The high pitch. Then it's like, oh, you guys have a nice day. So the energy exchange, increase it added. First of all, is, oh, we need help. She's like, sure, let me help you out. You could say they're paid to do that. It's a job. Some people are like, oh no, it's aisle seven, motherfucker. Go get your shit by yourself. You know, but walking us there. So I'm reading all these things, and I'm like, oh, you're tall. So making conversation, but I make conversation from a default state of like a child. Like if I see you with high heels on, extra high, I'm like, oh, those heels are high. It's my innocence coming out. So there's no hidden agenda. Let me get your number. Mm, Nah, 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 nah. I haven't done that in a long time. And I'm not it's noise. If you like me, I like you, sweet. Otherwise, I'm not on no horse chasing you. Yeah. Come on, boy. Yeah. Giddy up. Trying to get my target. Fuck that shit. Again, to dudes who like the hunt and the chase. That's not me. Mm-mm. So full circle back to this story. My brother's like, "Yo, how do you manage to talk to somebody in the store and call them beautiful?" I, I I told him the same thing. I said they're stationary. They're in a space where they're not. You know, she wasn't busy with other customers, and if she was, I would have said it in a way where like, "Oh, you're beautiful by the way," and then dip. But she was already in the same vicinity, and my soul just said, "Oh, by the way, you remember Chelsea's beautiful?" I was like, "Oh yeah, thank you, soul. You're beautiful by the way," and I could tell she appreciated that, and that's me done. I didn't need to sit down and say, "You could have got a number." It was one time on, I'm out of here. If she sees me again, oh, remember I saw you guys last time. The convo continues, but I didn't have a desire to say anything. Let me get your number. We'll go out to eat, and whatever happens, happens. Go on a date. I think how I feel because at the age that I'm in right now, my soul is just here for authentic, man. I ain't got no time for pity pata pata. Yo, I'm an old soul. That's not even a plaything. I'm an old soul, and we don't play boring games, man. So this sister that I saw, beautiful cocoa brown skin, man, deep dark chocolate hair, just woof. Hey, and her eyes. You don't know. You don't. I can tell you don't know. Eyes were just dead still. Like yo, can sit down. But it's the pace and the way she was walking. I said, you are not even giving someone chance. And my friend who can talk to a lady and get her attention for a while, and he be stubborn too. Like, where you going? He will call you out. I'm trying to talk to you and you're doing gra gra gra. Relax. And he will soften me if I see you're doing. Hey, it's okay. I'm bothering you. I approached you, so I don't want no wala. Please, it's all right. It's all right. And the way she was walking as well, I remember it's the same pace she had when I first saw her earlier on in the day. So I was like, if you're walking that fast when you're going to wherever you're going, you're going to be at the same pace or double that in the store trying to get your groceries and dip. So my friend said, okay, I could, hit her up and be like, my friend kind of likes you, but you're shy. He's shy. I'm like, yeah, we'll see. And the way she's moving, it'll be a magic trick to see you calm her pace down. That's why I'm like, nah. And again, she didn't look at me in a particular way where my friend is like, if you approach, I'm like, no, 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 no. If you wanted to talk, you yourself would have slowed down. Another story as well. This is another different day. My brother and I were in a store called um Greg's here, a pasty store or pastry store, both either whatever. I don't know if they have Greg's in America as well. And there's a lady at the till, and she had a particular energy as well that even he and I spoke about that day again. And we were like, maybe she's neurodivergent, but she's masking because she's at work. I don't know if I would have been able to tell her she's beautiful because she was fine too. But I know when I can freely express myself based on the person's energy. If you don't feel welcoming, then it's okay. Because again, I don't know what you're going through that day. Breakup, somebody's mother died, father died, whatever, anything. anything could be happening, and you have this, go lucky guy. Hey, high five! Nah, like the day at the party at my cousin when I high five those two ladies, I vibe check real quick. Pardon me. I vibe checked, and the default is we're going to be in this vicinity. So let me acknowledge you guys here quickly. Hi, how you guys? You doing? You cool? Just check on you cool. Because they were here too. So I'm like, well, you guys aren't in that center spot. So my extra reading was you don't like too much noise or limelight. You're here, you're vibing with the music, but you're not in the flock. And that makes it easier for us or for me to have a conversation and to sit here. And plus we're sat here. So I don't want to be like, I'm sat here. Two men are sat here, two women are sat here. And neither of us douchebags are talking. So I said, let me just say hi. It was good. My name is so and so. What's your name? Okay, cool, cool. This is my brother. And he was like, I would not have made that approach. I was like, wait, isn't that what guys do? He said, no, 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 no. I was okay with the both of us just sitting here. I'm like, yeah, me too. But the space between the both of us, it warrants speaking, because then my brain was doing multiple what if scenarios. These two dudes just sat next to us and didn't even say hi, or don't even acknowledge us. I mean, they looked at us and then that's it. And so I feel uncomfortable knowing that there are people here who don't have off vibe. So again, the way my brain scanned that room as soon as we got in is almost like looking for exit points as an assassin. I already knew this is the best place to sit down in that space that day in the party. The music and the noise was there, presents were there, so there's a lot of attention. Aunties just sat there. It's all cool. We can stand up and greet aunties. How are you? Hug, kiss, kiss, sit back down. Once you know you have a spot to chill at, it's easy for us to do the little interaction. Where the Kool-Aid at? Where's the juice at? Where's the plantain at? Where's the jollof rice at? Pick it up, go. I always want to secure a sitting location, or even if it's a standing, it's got to be a chill spot where it's not too close to unnecessary people, unnecessary energy. If it's family and friends, now it's a different story entirely. I mean, entirely. It's our cousin's birthday, but we haven't spoken to her in a while. So obviously, over the years, you're going to amass new people who don't know who we are until someone says, "Oh, these are my cousins." Oh, and all that stuff. But by the time we get to that stage, I want to make sure I have a chill out spot. I need to know that's where we're sitting. And ain't nobody taking that spot. Sometimes I hog my shit like a hawk. Where you going? And be like, no, 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 you can mingle. And when the mingling is getting tiresome, yeah, maybe go chill out spot. Because again, I prefer genuine interaction. I'm always here for the sole true interaction with human beings. I mean, I know I put "Fear is a Mind Killer" on my thumbnail, and that was part of the reason I wanted to mention the story. I was so shook up that day that I couldn't approach that girl. But again, I was reading the scenario. If she was stationary like the lady in the hardware store, then yeah, I would have probably said something. And it was eating at my head that day because it was the second time in that day I'd seen this dark chocolate sister. I was like, oh shit. So is that the universe saying you fumble the bag, or I don't have to interact? I don't have to. And I thought to myself, is this a fear thing, or is this a like when will you be when do you spot the difference between fear and um intuition? Like how can you tell the difference between your soul is saying no, or you're the one blocking your own you're the one blocking the situation from flourishing? Like how can your third eye, your first eye, your mind's eye tell the difference? Sometimes it's been jarring over the years, when you want to hear the most high, hear God speak to you like that knowing, that divine knowing. Because I was like, well, she's fine and she's my type physique wise, a little shorter, but I was drawn to her for sure. And you can put me in a room with a battalion of women. If I'm not drawn to you, I'll be like, hey, you look good. On to the next one. Otherwise, I don't I'm not like a freaking, oh, fine, fine. I mean, I could be like, Ooh, yeah, thick, tall. Oh, my hips, yo, eyes, lips, yo. My eyes, as I've gotten older, I'm super observant when it comes to beautiful women. I'm like, ooh, all creeds, all pigments, all backgrounds, all ethnicities, all souls, whatever your soul is. I'm like, ooh, damn. And I put me in a room of 10. If your frequency is on an omega level, I'll be able to pick it up quick. I'm like, yo, this one is ish. Something about this one. And I'm very to myself as well. So if I see a flock of guys around you and you're giving attention, like, not for me. And even the way I'm talking, my brother always tease me, dude, we're out. There are ladies here. Some ladies might just want a one night stand. Just get your number as a friend. You're not here to get married. I'm like, well, that's where my spirit is at now. So that initial observation of how a woman is around multiple men, and let's say I like that particular woman, I'm learning how she handles herself around particular men. And let's say I truly like that person. We've spoken a little bit. We vibe nicely. That can give me a final go code to be like, let me push further or not. Meaning, I don't want to be the douchebag who's a hindrance towards someone like that, who's naturally, around dudes. Hey, hi, very, like for example, I what we when I watched Obsession a while back, I saw a review today that called out a scene that I didn't pay attention to, and the character Nikki, that the main character Bear liked in Obsession, she called him Babes. In my brain, Babes is a personal thing. Sometimes, right? Or Babe. So maybe there's a difference. There's a distinction between Babe and Babes. And there's a lady in my college when I was in college called Vanessa. That was her thing as well. Her thing is always babes, babes. Oh, babes, babes. And because she was a mother in college, I understood that energy. Whereas when we're the same age and I dig someone and everyone is babes, I'm like, oof. I know it's a thing here. I don't know how to say it. It's almost like what was good, Ami? Is that a Mexican or Puerto Rican thing? I don't know. I don't know American culture too well to try and get an example of a saying or a vibe. But in that guy's breakdown, he said he noticed that Nikki called multiple people babes. But because of where Bear's mind was at, because of the infatuation and the crush he had on Nikki, he took that as a thing where this is her cue or this is her way of saying, I like you. So, in that same regard, I don't want to be that guy who's like, oh, when I'm with a girl, I don't like a girl who gives multiple guys attention. For her, for example, this particular girl could be like, I'm a talkative person, or I'm not a I'm open to talking to people, but doesn't mean I'll give you my number. But because some guys can misread that, oh, she's giving me time. She's giving me time. So all I need to do is, keep pushing and eventually I'll get the number. And that scenario can play a particular way over and over again in my head of like, oh, she's out with her friends and whatnot. Dudes are talking, and because she's giving them time, they might misread that like Bear misread Babes in the movie Obsession. So because I'm I'm perceiving multiple outcomes and multiple scenarios. I'm like, nah, there's too much noise. I beg. I don't. Then there's no point. There's no point. So those kind of situations, I will my bad, Dominic. I was just expressing thy fire from my soul, and I missed out a few of your comments. We're talking about today. Just got in here, man. I seen Evil Dead burn yesterday. Talk to your boy. All I need to know. All I need to know. Two questions I'm going to ask you. My bad for missing your comments, by the way. My bad. Two questions. You know me already, or you. I'm assuming you have an idea of my taste when it comes to movies in general, not just comic book movies. If it's horror, I would like a good scare. Like you come out of cinema like, God, that shit was good. She was good. Like when I saw Avatar, Blue People Avatar, the first Avatar, the blue skin Navi, I cried. So when the movie is good, it's gonna get me good. Lord of the Rings, I'm like, yo, I'm set for this shit. Harry Potter, again. Terminator, I cried. Well, Terminator 2, I cried. Matrix, saw that shit multiple times. To this day, one of my favorite movies. Commando. So I can go on. Scariest movie that I've seen that had me in a chokehold. I want to say two. The Ring is there, but that's I want to say The Grudge and Darkness Falls. So I want to know if it's scary and it doesn't have incompetent scenes. That's the first thing. Is it scary enough to have you like, God damn, that shit was I was shook. And I need a rating out of 10. So let me know. Evil Dead Burn, Dominic James 3000. Did it have you shook up like, God damn, I was shook up? Like you can't sleep with the lights off in your house. That's one. Two, I need a good rating out of 10 to let me know how good that shit is before I decide to either pay money or wait for digital. Because the first one, Evil Dead Rise, there was some, my brother and I literally spoke about it earlier on today as well. Because I saw a post, I brought it up, I told him, I said, I saw a post where some account on Instagram said it's one of the scariest horrors of this year. I was like, scariest? Everyone has their varying level of horror, but there's some horror we can all collectively say, yo, I didn't sleep for 3 days. Well, I had bad sleep for 3 days, or I had nightmares. When I tell you that as a grown being, I come home from the cinema with my brother. All the lights in the house were turned on after watching The Grudge, and we saw it at 8 o'clock ish. 8 o'clock ish, 8 9, because he came back home around 11. So between 8 9 that time. And again, the trailer was good, jump scares here and there. But when I say watching the movie and you're there and you're getting that sound, and it's just this pure black white contrast and this thing with the hair. Oh my gosh. And it's so real. It's got nothing to do with whether you believe or don't believe. It's real. In this country, in this culture, we have a thing or a saying that once a person or people die violently in the house inhabits or holds on to their souls and their spirits, and that can turn into a haunting. But it's the way it was described because you can tell someone, oh, this house was haunted. An American or any general person be like, haunted. Oh, please. I'm American. We don't believe in haunting. Or someone be like, oh, I don't believe in haunting. I'm a Christian. Oh, we don't believe in haunting. I'm a Muslim or I'm a Jew. Whatever. But this story, The Grudge, didn't care. It didn't hide behind beliefs or if I close my eyes. Another movie again, Skeleton Key. Ooh, that's a bonus. That's my other slipper. Skeleton Key is a bonus. Skeleton Key is two layers. It's scary, but I get it, and I appreciate Skeleton Key. I love that movie. It's scary, but I'm like, I see what you guys did there. Perfect movie. Perfect movie. It's like Face Off, but perfect movie. So Grudge came home that day. The corridor light was on, the bathroom light was on, and my bedroom light was on. Another movie that got me so shook to leave the light on as well. That's how I like to rate my horrors like that. If you don't turn off your lights when you come home at night after seeing a horror movie, then that's a good horror movie. Second one is Darkness Falls. Whoosh. Hey, I said if I was in that movie, self termination. I'm out. What? Nah, I ain't got time to do it. No. It's cool. It's cool. Another thing that would give me a headache is Freddy Krueger. If I was in the Freddy Krueger world, nah. Unless I do some mind over matter meditation thing just to beat Freddy in my sleep, then yeah. But again, in a world where this thing exists, whether you believe it or not, that's a challenge. That is a challenge. So that's what I was hoping to get from Evil Dead Rise. And when they did this, let me even see if Sam Raimi directed Evil Dead Rise. Okay, so it's saying Sam didn't do Rise, but I'm seeing Sam's name for Burn, so I'm confused. My brain is my biggest enemy. It always tells me, don't bother her. Don't bother her. What? I hate your brain. Work with me, man. Sometimes that brain saves me from hassle, dude. I mean, there haven't been many women where I've been like, I wish I spoke to her. So that's a plus for me when it comes to my brain. I've not really. I always feel if there's a potential charge within a situation, like my thing is because of how much I'm into movies so much. I almost see my life as a or my existence as a movie slash a cosmic thing, meaning certain people you come across, in time, each person's soul charge can last a lifetime. I die in this life, incarnation or reincarnation, that charge continues. So when they reincarnate, we'll be able to bump into each other again in different paths, different timelines, different countries, different whatever. So even as a stranger that becomes a friend, a stranger that becomes a lover, again, I feel those candle lights burn beyond just a vessel. And then some friendships as well, they're eternal. You find that same friend's energy or spark in a different timeline. Some people can call those friendships best friends, or without having to give it a label. This is a very very good friend of mine, and you won't betray each other because you've already gone through your lessons in different incarnations. So when it comes to the more you incarnate, this is what your definition of friend, is funneled through that forge. You forge this friendship over many lifetimes, so therefore you're not going to be bitches towards each other in this lifetime. So thankfully I haven't bumped into many women in my brain where I'm like, this thing is hindering me, or maybe I'm choosing to see it like that even though that's been the case. But this girl that day, yeah, that day it was in my head. Low key, no joke, I had to go on Instagram to just, I'm like, I need to distract myself because she was beautiful. And she was, again, we all have our varying tastes in beauty. But to me, to my soul, to my eyes, I bump into different women on a daily, whether it's at the store, supermarket, or on the bus, or public transportation, wherever it is. I've got very fast eyes, so I'll catch even before someone, if they're on their phone, and because I'm tall, by the time they catch my physique, before they look up, I've already scanned you head to toe. I can already tell how you walk. I can already, I basically scanned you, so I see different ladies every day. I'm like, no, no, no. Where some I'll talk to, some I won't talk to, but thankfully I haven't come across the ones I'm like, ah, shit, I let that one go. But that day, I was thinking, maybe I let this one go. Maybe, maybe my brain did get in the way this time. But then again, my brain. Then I was like, no, but she was the pace. Again, if it's not that stationary thing, helps me know you work here, or you're, especially when you're shopping. When you're shopping, you're in your scope, you're in your narrow view, and you're like, I'm here for, potatoes and salad and bell peppers and some garlic and onions, skedaddle. And somebody's out here like, oh, baby girl, what's going on? Or hi, so, and they might have a set program in their head where, like me, with my I want to say, is it nuances? With my particular energy, they also might have that particular energy where I'm not in the mood today. If a guy says hi, it's how he says hi to me. It's how he approaches me. My friend was like, oh, she likes you because you're tall. I'm like, what? He's like, the way she's looking at you. I was like, well, so how you seeing that? What are you using to look at that? What does that mean? Because you're tall. It's like, dude, this is how you get into people's heads. I was like, that's impossible. No. At one point I glitch. It's like I almost lost my shit. Not in the bad way. Like, oh, I was like, no, but first of all, what's with this? You got to approach. That's how it is with nature. Fuck no. There's no way somebody's gonna tell me so because it's written like that in nature. So therefore, no woman has ever approached a dude. You because we both saw each other earlier on that day. So how come she's not playing the same scenario in her head? Like I'm seeing him a second time. Maybe I can talk to him this time. So I see you twice. You are still expecting me to talk to you. Oh, you can kiss my ass on that shit. I don't like that shit. There's something weird about it that my soul doesn't like. We're two human beings. We're two beings, and somehow you've allowed yourself to absorb this myth that a man should approach. I'm like, no, 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 no. No. We have mouths. You have a lip. You have a lip. You have lips. I got lips. You got eyes. I got eyes. You see me. You see me. You don't see us. I see you too. Shit, you fine. Or am I not? If I'm not your spec, then yeah, it's again no hassle. And even that too. That's how my brain will be like, okay, she didn't say hi second time. My friend said hi. She didn't. You nothing. I'm like, no, 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 no. He stopped you to talk to you, and you. I guess I said if you're shopping, you're busy. So I was telling my friend, yo, I don't know how you saw that situation. Now, that's bold. You good. Me, I talk when I know your energy is in flow. But if I see you, blah, 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 I'm not going to be the jackass who's like, hey, by the way, hey, baby girl. No. Then when you go home to your friends or some guy tried to talk to me while I was shopping, I hate that shit. I don't know if you hate that shit. I don't know. But I can tell your pace is sharp. And I have to read more. I got to slow time down so much and then yank all the different multiverses and infinite realities and infinite possibilities and say, okay, which of these yield a greater outcome? And that's where I feel my brain has served me well. It's like, again, instinctively, you could say it's God talking, yo, I made you and her, but you're not supposed to be talking to each other, bitch. Like, get to step in, let her go and do her shopping. I'll say less. But she fine though. Yeah, I know. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yo, you make beautiful looking women, God. Yeah, 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 yeah. Good looking. And keep it pushing. But I don't want the thing to linger in my mind. But that day I was like, yo, this fear thing, I need to get over this fear thing. But again, yes, get over this fear thing, but also assess a situation, not get over fear and just everybody, hey, 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 hi, 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 hi. Nah, I'm still me. I'm still the introverted, neurospicy dude. I still observe. I check when I can talk and when I can't talk. Because if your energy is, then nah. Because I don't want to be the one doing alchemy. No, I don't want to be alchemizing every order magician every time. Shit, I like to sleep too, son. I like to chill out. But magic every time, trying to get her attention. Look at me. No, please, yo, you're a human being too, man. Damn. If she had, if she had, been like, oh, there's a sensation. It's like, yeah, didn't I see you earlier on? Okay, so we click because we both looked at each other when the first time in that day I'm walking. I'm again, my music is blasting. They're going, mm-hmm. I even my face almost, I was almost like, God damn. I said, hey, control it. Don't give it to her. Don't feed her ego. So control. I was like, oh, because she's short, but not like mini. But I'm looking at like, yeah, damn. When she walks by, I was almost like, God, oh, don't give it to her. Her angels are looking at you. If you turn back, they'll be like, "Ooh, naughty boy." What you mean, naughty boy? She looking thick. Yeah, I like. That's my type of shape and form. Get out of town about naughty boy. I almost full circle, like, nah, not gonna do it. No, I said, but the thighs though, yeah, hair, yeah, eyes, face, it's all right. But she was walking fast. I'm saying, oh, wherever she goes, she in a hurry. So it's cool. Then to see her again in the store that day, second time, I was, ooh, second chance, second chance. And my friend is right next to me. He said, hi, excuse me. She said hi back, but didn't stop. I said, oh, second chance, my ass. If you, who normally talks to ladies, did you head her to stop? Nah. He's like, oh, you could have said. I said, so tag team? Mm-mm. You can't you tell when the hunter is hunting? I said, nah, she's here for something. She's about to dip. No. Mm-mm. What would have impressed me would be if she had finished her shit and then came over and said, "Yo, hi, by the way. Sorry, I was in a hurry to get my shopping done, but now that I'm done, just do want you guys to think I was rude." That would let me know she's read the situation. And again, why should anyone come and tell you sorry? We don't have to do anything, but again, we are two human beings. If we can't talk to each other, hey, too much work. You expecting me to be a magician all the time? Nah, I'm Dr. Fate out this bitch. But you better be Doctor Strange It's two. Otherwise, it's two. No, 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 no. I'm two in my space. You be like, I beg you do you, I do me, man. Too much noise. And let me come back. Let me. I don't want to drift off. See, this I always intend to make these lives short. I'm looking at an hour and a half right now. um, did YouTube delete? Wait, did YouTube delete the comment or did you delete the comment? Something looks different in your comment. Something's changed. Either you deleted something or I missed something. Anyway, because after Evil Dead yesterday, yeah, there's another comment that I. Anyway, when I'm in the supermarket, my favorite line to pick up ladies is, "Girl, if you was a potato, you would get a sweet." What did you do? Hold on, I can't. You would be a sweet potato. That was good. You see, I don't even have pickup lines. Again, I just prefer to be organic. Like that lady in B&Q. Yo, because I was like, "Where's this thing we're looking for?" And just scanning, and oh, when something catches you, it's like, "Oh, you are fine." But I didn't just say like, "Oh, you're fine." I just kept quiet. Okay, yo, we're looking for this. She's like, "Oh, let me show you." When someone, especially in their workspace, it's almost closing time. They're tired, dude. The environment we're in sometimes really alters your natural human frequency. At default, it alters it so much so being kind is now seen as a like you got to reward it. Oh, she was nice to me. She was kind. Default is normally, oh, by the way, let me show you. I'm not saying you should. That's why I said the environment or the temporary environment we currently live in sometimes can alter your human genome or your frequency where you become standoffish. But just that whole, oh, you're looking for this? Let me show you where it's at. Sometimes some people are like, oh, it's aisle 5 to the left, and there's nothing wrong with that. But to walk from your stationary position to show someone and then continue to converse. What is it exactly you're looking for? Because this is what we have. It's good. It's normal, but so much shit goes on that you got to praise that kind of shit. So with her, again, she was in a space where she wasn't in a hurry and she was receptive to my energy. So I appreciated that. I appreciated that. And then before I left, again, instinctively, by the way, find the motherfucker. She's like, oh, thank you. And just again, just thank you. I'm like, all right, cool. My job here is done. I don't gotta ask you for your number. And if you had followed through, say less. We might have something in common and cool. I wasn't built that way to I see a girl today, her name is Keisha. Let me get that number so I can smash. To each their own, please. To each their own. That's why I said not built that way. That's not how I'm designed. And again, shout out to the dudes and ladies who pull that off and get it done. That thing is a minefield for me. Minefield. So I must have missed your comment before then, the one underneath. There it is. My brain biggest enemy. Shit, I didn't see that. It's like YouTube hid your comment. The one in between. I saw Evil Dead yesterday. That's weird. Evil Dead Burn was made for what? Sci-fox. Not scary. It's just brutal, gory, and violence. There you go. So it's just gore. That's a shame. 6.5. That's not bad. That's not bad. But I see what you're saying. Brutal and gore lets me know it's just it's just shock horror. No, I like scary. I haven't had scary in a long time. Yeah, I mean I'll check it out eventually, I guess. But I'm not rushing to the cinema to see it. Knowing you, I think you should watch it just to do a review. But it will be funny because it's not scary. It's not scary, but you need therapy after. Yo, yeah. We're seeing that on digital, my boy. We don't do anytime I hear I appreciate that. Appreciate the heads up. When I hear therapy, What thing did I watch that gave me Evil Dead Rise had some things in it, but I can't remember. Maybe I buried it. Maybe my psyche buried something. There's something I watched where I was like, it was way too much. Was it Centipede? I know I watched something. I was like, yo, this is too vile. This is not even part of the story. You are doing this to get your kicks. I can't remember, man. But when I saw it once, I'm like, this is definitely not a rewatch. We are not rewatching this in the future anytime soon. It was too much. Like my head was hurting. You know how violent your thing has to be for your head to hurt? Like it wasn't even it's like a spectacle. It wasn't even the story anymore. Or how did we get out of here anymore? It was just, yeah, the way that the head was and the blood. I'm like, because my some of these people forget that some of these things go into your psyche, your subconscious. And I don't have access to my subconscious to say, oh, that was too much for my subconscious. Let me, what do you call it? Memory bank 55,000. Yep. Oh, we just saw I don't know, scary movie or no, that's no. What else is there? Whoop, we just saw Nightmare on Elm Street. It's too much for me. Eject subconscious or subliminal damage. You know, done. There's no tool or device. Maybe there's a matrix machine out there where I can just jack in my head in the future. But I'm talking about whatever we see these days goes into the psyche, and you cannot alter that. To my knowledge, there's no physical alteration to the psyche where you can undo. That is, yeah. Therapy, bro. Therapy after seeing this shit. Nah, we good on that one, man. We good. When you think, and you said from all the over the top violence, dude. This violence and this like when it's over the top, it's like, yeah, this is a gimmick, man. Like somebody's getting their socks off. Like, yeah, oh, we like this. Nah, too much, too much, too much, too much, too much, too much. By the way, I hope YouTube is paying you for these streams because I see like 6 likes already. Yeah, the monetization thing is kicked in, but again, I feel these guys are too much of like hawks, man. If you talk openly about this whole thing, people keep asking, now you're monetized, you must be getting paid. They hide this stuff. They hide it a lot. It's the ad revenue and then the product affiliation. I mean, there's some guys that I watch a lot on YouTube called Real Rejects, and they always, without fail, without doubt, push their website and Patreon. And going back to that fear is the mind killer thing, I started getting low key worried about letting you guys know that aside from the YouTube stuff, I'm a designer as well, apparel designer and accessories designer. And I started a while back, and it's fear that shut me down the first time. Um, and I said, you know what? I'm not going to let that gift and talent and ability die. I'm going to start that off again and share that side of myself with my YouTube audience, the same way I'm sharing myself like this or in general on camera with my YouTube audience. This is another way of me honoring my inner child. I said this a while back in multiple videos. Doing this is honoring my inner child, amongst other things. I know what I wanted to do, or the things I wanted to do as a child, and circumstances, environment, parents not understanding. Um, these things are they're important to me. When I talk about ADHD, when I talk about trying to talk to a girl, all these things they circulate around a particular topic or topics, or there's there's a cosmic thread woven, or there are cosmic threads woven into all these things. Another thing I love doing is storytelling as well. Someone called me a griot one day. You got griot energy. I'm like, damn, I'm very honored. We don't play about griots. To tell someone they have a griot energy, I'm deeply honored, and I don't play around with that. So yeah, YouTube on the outside, it's 1,000 subscribers, and even that now, that doesn't it matters to get there. Normally, it's 500 to 1,000. Once you get there, then monetization starts, and then even the relationship between brands approaching you or how to approach you. I'm still in the early phases or early stages. I'm very, very mindful of how certain things work. I already had conversations with friends and family, and if this brand approaches you to do a deal, alcohol, for example, I don't drink alcohol. Again, please, when I say these things, just hear me out. This is not me trying to shame people. I'm talking to you, so I'm sharing my essence with you by saying I don't drink alcohol. So I'm saying that to say as a preface, so some people don't misread that as I'm shitting on people who do, or I'm high and mighty and I don't drink alcohol. I don't indulge in it. So I don't feel comfortable doing any deal or brand deal or whatever with a brand that an alcohol brand. Gin, maybe gin because ancestrally and the energy behind gin. It might have to be a particular brand as well. Smoking, I don't smoke. Don't like it. To each their own. So those things I was really mindful of before the 1,000 subscribers came in, before the monetization came in. I was already preempting my mind. Don't get into the trap of a brand approaches you. We like how you talk. We like your this. And here's some fat wad of cash to promote this. And I'm like, ooh, money looks good, but it's alcohol. Or then, I'm playing scenarios in my head where your friends and your family, like, oh, it's good money. You don't even smoke, so it doesn't matter. Just, take the thing. I'm like, it's more to it than that. And even earlier on when I started the live, I was talking about ADHD or modeling agencies for neurodivergent people, modeling agencies for shy people. It's like I feel like I'm a mutant with superpowers, and the world is aware of it, but treats me like a second class citizen or aspects of the world. Whereas in other parts of the world, people are like, oh, we welcome everyone here with your superpowers and whatnot. So it's a bigger thing that some people shy away from. Like I said, I'm not even afraid or worried about naming the other YouTube channel. They're human beings as well. They're not deities or divine ancestors that I worship. They're other people just like myself. They're called real rejects, and they themselves always say the best way you can support us in this channel in our creative expression is buying our merch on our website and watching our movie watch alongs on Patreon. So if you can become a Patreon member constantly. And the first time I clocked them doing that, I was like, why would you? You're getting paid by YouTube. I used to think that was some selfish. You guys are greedy. You're getting paid on YouTube, and even by saying that, my second mind was like, how can you say someone is selfish? You're you have a talent and you have these abilities, and you're on multiple platforms. Because some other companies are doing it right now. There's a one main hub that sells its products to different brands, and it might sometimes it's the same label, same logo, same this, and sometimes even though it's coming from the same hub, it's packaging the same product in different. It's selling the same products in different packages in different stores, even though it's coming from one hub. It's okay when it comes to corporations doing that, but when it comes to people that run the corporations, it's almost like I told myself off. Like, why would you say someone shouldn't spread their energy or share their energy or spread their wings in different avenues? It also reflects the platform YouTube and any other platform you're working with, because there's this idea of we have these people we can then market and advertise, and even the conversation behind advertising. I always laugh at it because I always say I'm a gamer, for example, and I very, 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 very rarely see games advertise on these platforms that I use and games that I want to play. So if you advertise PC games, mobile games, stream games, Xbox games, I thought the whole advertising thing is having a conversation with. I'm just playing devil's advocate. You're either going to advertise properly or you're going to push what you want to push. So there's this, spatial talk of advertise. Yeah, but what are you doing? What are you really doing? Because you can say advertise all you want, but I don't see the things that I'm interested in that I've stated upon interacting with these apps, or the app is supposed to be a sentient app or super space alien AI that can tell what you like, and yet it doesn't market the things that I like to me. So it's strange. So it's clear there are other things going on, and it's a gimmick. It's the games that are being played that it sours the whole experience. So even when you talk, oh, you sound like you're biting the hand that feeds you. I'm not stupid. I may make some stupid decisions, but I'm not created stupid. There was no stupid cloud when my mother and father came together and the most high supreme being, Ra, said, stupid energy times 10 into this vessel. No. So I can sit down and say, see what's going on, but something ain't right. You know, 1,000 followers or subscribers, and you don't have 1,000 likes in your video. Does it matter? Yes, no, maybe. Just saying. But then again, what if this 1,000 people are there, but half of them have this and half of the okay, then if we want to average 1,000, 500. There's a video I watched on Instagram today. Literally today, the guy was making jokes. So I got 200 subscribers or 200 followers, and I only got 2 likes in my videos. But his call out was people will watch your shit, but won't show support. I'm like, yeah, but there's also another layer to it. Let's not forget that these platforms or these spaces we're using, we aren't fully in charge per se. Look at what Sony did that everyone is up in arms. If there was an honor, from my observation, if there was a true honor and true appreciation for one another, to an extent, I'm not saying, I'm not trying to collectively all of us, but I'm using these companies and brands. And if there's an honor for creation, creativity is what creates the codes that run these apps. Is what the ideas are built off of. Is creativity. Your devices, the camera I'm using, microphone I'm using, this leather bracelet, this tee that I'm wearing. This is even one of my designs, old school designs. This necklace is a friend of mine, constant prints on Instagram. That made this is wood, hand painted on wood. Creative. Someone created this glasses, headphones. What else? What else have I got? I mean, I'm trying to look at things here. Console gaming, the PS controller. Someone created this. So creativity, creation, it's in everything. It's everything. But if you don't honor that, and there's this greed of it's corporate greed, it's always the same rhetoric over corporate. Yeah, we get it. Either we fix the shit or fuck it. So yeah, appreciate you for pointing that out, Dominic James 3000. But YouTube itself, I feel personally from my experience with YouTube so far, it's not transparent enough to let people know from the jump. So that way when the monetization thing kicks in, they can easily say, nah, I'm good. I like producing videos, and it's just a hobby thing. Because the idea of someone saying you're generating funds from this thing, it shouldn't be so erroneous. It shouldn't be so erroneous. There's some ideas out there where you look back and say, this is a dumbass idea. You getting paid for that shit? I feel these platforms, a lot of people before I even jumped into it have been singing for a while now, from artists to designers to developers and whatever it is, even before this AI thing even kicked off. It's the same energy on repeat. Something or some people or whatever it is are not honoring creativity. So to honor creativity means you don't piss on the people. You remove the people who produce videos, you're losing your viewers, and then you're advertising to air, to tumbleweeds. So you insult the creative people who create the content that people watch and allow you to run your ads. You insult them. What do you have? I love using this food analogy over and over and over and over again. You open a restaurant, your prices are beautiful. Meaning everyone can walk into your restaurant and buy something and enjoy it. You cook very, very well. Good food, healthy food, tasty, satisfying, healthy portions. It's your first restaurant in this environment, in this neighborhood. You get cocky. You hike the prices. You mess around with your ingredients. People can taste the difference because you're throwing in GMO. Your portions have changed. The fact that you expect people to still come and pay these new prices is insulting. Something has gone wrong somewhere. It's practically like saying I'm going to whip out my phallus and put it in all the mouths of these men, women, children, and they're going to, nibble at it, or they're going to ingest my phallus. It's very, very rude. Again, I'm in no way, shape, or form to start telling people how to. No, 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 no. But I'm not. Again, I'm not stupid. I observe. I pay attention. I can't understand how, unless you could say the people who have been complaining are greedy people. They want more from the brands and this and that and that and that and that. It's a famous UK, black famous UK musician. I can't remember his name, and he made a deal with McDonald's. And I think that that time people were like saying they're going to boycott McDonald's because of the war, whatever. Again, you can't even talk during consent because, oh, you can't say too much, you're going to demonetize. You see this fear, it's funny how, you see, still tying in this fear thing. You can't even, anybody saying I'm going to burn, then it's just talking about, oh, you can't talk too much about this because you don't want to get demonetized in the ads. There's a gimmick going on, man. And the more the people who partake in watching us talk about this pay attention to it, the more we can adjust, because these people aren't space eternal species aliens. They're regular folk, a little twisted in the mind, but you're human, just like Matrix. You're only human, and then pow, you're not. And if you're special, it even pisses on your specialness because you're not human, so you're special. You have 9 eyes and 10 hearts. Yeah, you're whack. No matter how special you are, if you have to treat your creative people like this, you're whack. It's okay to say, "Oh, you're a deity." Oh, it's how you treat non-deity people. Off with your head, son. You're whack. You, you tried. It's the energy we saw you as. Now is now here, and with that um understanding, you let us know. Oh, I peep game. Where the y'all spark for your thing to keep running. We're the sole charge for your thing to keep moving. Otherwise, your shit crumbles. We're the creative energy. And it's like, oh, you can leave and go back to where you came from. Yeah, don't worry, we all go. Then I'd like to see how your app, without creative people creating content and people watching said creative people's contents, who are you going to advertise to? Each other? Yeah, I'd like to see that day come through. So yeah, this dude, back to the story, UK rapper or UK musician, I guess, black UK rapper, makes a deal with makes a deal with McDonald's. And prior to that, there was something on his Twitter, I think, where he's saying boycott and this and that to the particular, this particular nation that's in the war, and everyone was in support. But there's something funny about the deal he made with McDonald's. Seemingly, what do I know? I'm not his lawyer. And then people noticed that after the deal was made, he took the post down from Twitter or X. And it was like, I mean, we stood by you. We may not be there, all of us there in physical, but we're here online. The energy is still there. Some of you are here in person, but some of us are here in spirit. But as soon as you make the deal with McDonald's, then you take off the post. People are speculating that, okay, for the deal to go through, you got to take that post down. And that right there is like, it's I always make jokes saying, why is it that when people are, you know, coming out of their cocoon, all someone has to do is sit back and be like, oh, okay. Mm, okay, all right. Say less word. We give them a few, a few months. I'd approach them with this thing and this number or these numbers. And then people change. Why is it that, where's the authenticity? What's making you come out of your cocoon to become this cocoon thing? You don't cocoon yourself. It's an automatic thing. So something has built you in a way where when you're reaching your greatness, you become cocooned. What is cocooning you? There's something that is outside of you that is designed you in a way where you don't say cocoon time activated. No, it's something, it's celestial. And then you're here, but the cocoon thing is beyond you. I don't know if you've acknowledged that. Then when you're about to come out of your cocoon, all someone has to do is put a blade into your cocoon and throw this check into your cocoon, and then you're back to your previous self. But it's like that previous self before you came out blossoming is now corrupted, or something is gone, something is off. All it has to do is money. This surely there's something big. So all someone has to do is observe you from a distance. Yeah, they can tell he or she didn't grow up. They grew up in the poverty mindset. They lacked this, they lacked that. How he spent, how they spend. He's always buying this thing, clothes, 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 fashion, 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 Louis Vuitton, Fendi, Gucci, Gucci, Gucci. Okay, cool. All I need to do is just fling that in his face or her face, and we got him. That sickens me. All I gotta do is wave this. Then I'm like, okay, so what environment have you built so much so that when people see that, yeah, 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 it's a good number, man. I can take my mom out of this. I can take my dad out of this. I can finally move out of this, move out of that. It just becomes this loop pattern. Like it's this pattern recognition. I'm like, something is off, man. Something ain't right somewhere. Something ain't right. And I was talking to my auntie um, in a store where she had given me the chance, or she had opened the space where I could wholesale my designs in the early days there, my jewelry, earrings and tote bags and earrings and tote bags and teas. And she asked me, "What do you think about this deal?" I said, "I don't understand why it's like a bad magic spell. All they have to do is wait for someone to reach a particular stage in the cocoon, and before the cocoon can open when they come out fully, they cut the cocoon open with a blade and then throw in this money thing." So I said, "Okay, look at it from my perspective. What are you afraid of?" And she's like, I see your point." I'm like, where is the clean, like a better term, where is the clean brands that say we're a hemp brand, we're 100% cotton brand, 100% linen brand, um, we're 100% shea butter brand, 100% healthy skin butter, hair oil brand. Why isn't that part of the whole ecosystem? Maybe it is, and I don't know. These same guys that I mentioned, Real Rejects, and other Caucasian YouTubers that I watch, the brands that they promote, I have not seen one of them. This is not shade, by the way. Please do not misread this, what I'm saying. This is not shade. I have not seen one of them talk about a Caribbean, pardon me, a Caribbean restaurant, an African American restaurant, um, an African American fashion brand, an African American gym, or whatever. It's always what's in their ethnicity, or a brand that approaches them. If this is the open field and open platform where maybe the brands that approach YouTube, you want to have a partnership with you guys so we can support, you know, contemporary or up and coming YouTubers, or it's an African American brand that's very specific and says you want to support African YouTubers, African American YouTubers, Black YouTubers, Mexican YouTubers. You know, they're very, very open to say we want ours, we want to share in the pie too. We can all eat. We see you guys doing one or two things that seems to be Caucasian based, and again, it's cool. Doesn't mean it's only, but anyone can partake. But who heads the company seem to be Caucasians. Okay, so let us in. So if that was the case where there's a lot of people in, cool. But I don't know if YouTube charges a different price for different people who say they want to join in. It's like, yeah, okay, cool. When you want to be on our platform to advertise your stuff, you got to pay us this. Then it becomes pointless or erroneous. So then you're getting affiliate links. I mean, shout out to YouTube for even allowing that in the first place. But eventually, conversations need to be had. I don't want to make it look like people jump on YouTube because 9 to 5 is this and that. Some people genuinely love doing what they do on YouTube, such as myself. We have other ideas. I've had ideas since day one. YouTube is just one of those places where I'm like, okay, this thing that I'm finally getting to do, thankfully, letting go of that fear and allowing my shyness to still be what it is, but without holding myself back and sharing my joy for storytelling, my passion for storytelling in form of movies, cartoons, TV shows, be it audiobooks or whatever, music, gaming, games. And there's still things I want to do in all these avenues. I can sit down and observe Hollywood and say Hollywood is doing this, but they could be doing this, and this they could be over and over again, and watch Denzel Washington talk about a thing a particular way, um, Taraji P Henson or Michael B Jordan or who did what's the brother that did who directed Black Panther? Oh my god, Ryan Coogler. What again? The pattern repeats itself. If it's not in Hollywood, it's in social media. If it's not in social media, it's in corporation. You want something, but you don't have the respect of the soul to honor the people you want it from. And you advertise what you want to advertise. You say in your small print that, oh, just click here and we'll advertise to you what you like. Yet, the majority of the adverts I see very rarely sell yam or advertise cocoa butter, shea butter. And then you could argue, well, they're not, that's not what they're selling. But you told me you're going to cater to what I like in your adverts. I'm confused. So you're lying now? There's too many things going on. Too many things going on. So for particular popular, I think these guys are ticked for particular popular Caucasian YouTubers to say, check out our Patreon. I even had to start saying, you know what? I'm going to stop holding myself back from this whole, ooh, if I talk about my Patreon, oh, all he wants is, I'm like, nah, 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 nah. This whole creative thing is there's no limit. I'm not going to limit my creativity. Just like when I was talking about the whole who I can talk to when it comes to girls, same thing with YouTube. If I'm finding the audience is not who I'd like it to be, that's another thing as well. I'm peeping game. I'm like, I wish there was a option on YouTube for the first 2 weeks of this month, showcase some of my old videos and my recent videos, South Africa only. Or you could just spread out, or as default, it surely should be default. Surely it should, because this whole we're going to test, send a video and test who? Test who? What if you show my videos to some people who are racist or who don't like brown people? I don't like the way he talk, the way he look. I don't like his glasses. But this is your AI. You should be sending this thing out to it. What if I was speaking Yoruba, for example? You're going to send my videos to people who don't even like African languages, who can't even understand what I'm saying? There's a way you devise your thing. Like I said, if I was South African, you're going to show my videos to people in Berlin. Even the way I talk or even my accent, surely your AI should be able to pick up my accent. So, oh, this is a South African brother. Let's promote his videos towards South Africa as well, mainly first. And then let's showcase other, find a way to do a chain reaction so that other South Africans who appreciate each other and appreciate what he's talking about, and he's different. He's talking about lotion and this. That's different. That's not what all South Africans talk about. All right, cool. So find these people. You say don't put too much tags. Okay, cool. If I put a particular tag, then find the person who him or herself, you as your AI system can tell his or her habits when it comes to clicking. This person likes geeky stuff, and they don't have a specific audience they like to watch their geeky stuff from. I'm seeing them watching from Chinese, Japanese, Puerto Rican, Mexican. All right, let's advertise this South African brother towards this person. Okay, they seem to click. This is South Africa. So he finds a South African connection in South Africa first, on the continent, then America, then everywhere else in the world. But I'm saying this stuff. I've never entered the server's hub where YouTube is being run, but it just feels like it's a no-brainer. So I'll do a video, record, edit, get excited, 30 minutes, 20 minutes, 40 minutes, upload, it gets 15 views. But yet it says 1,500 subscribers. 15 views. And then okay, and another thing is, oh, if you click this option where it says notify your subscribers, but my subscriber count says 1,500, and this button says click here to notify your subscribers. I have to average my subscribers. Some are in US, some are in UK, some are in Japan, some are in France. Should I then be the one who uploads at a particular time so the video reaches them simultaneously? No, I'm not a machine. I'm aware of different time zones. I've created something. You, with your AI thing, should know how you navigate the thing so the different people who subscribe to me can see the video at a particular time. Or you create a system where the video gets its legs more too at different time zones. You don't cap it and say, "Oh, we put out the video for 24 hours. People didn't really click on it, or because of the thumbnail, or because of the time you uploaded." It's too many hoops to jump through. Your shit doesn't feel, or something. Again, maybe because I'm new to the YouTube, something feels off. That's why I said if you average my subscribers is 500, videos on average should be getting. And even when I say it should be getting, oh, you sound like you're very that's a very me thing. So these days I'm like, yo, did I enjoy making it? Yeah. Do I enjoy these lives? Yeah. Record, edit, upload onto the next one. But I'm definitely going to start supercharging my energy towards this Patreon thing, and start creating my merch. I miss my merch, man. Like when I look at my tees, my t-shirt designs on my hard drive, I'm like, yo, dude, that would have been selling like hotcakes today, you know? And not necessarily to rely on this YouTube thing, because YouTube is I was gonna say a very nasty word, but I chose to hold my tongue. The people who are on game know what they're doing. Like when I started earlier on this live, if you happen to tell if someone on your platform is telling you 6 things you shouldn't do to avoid when you're starting your YouTube channel, and there's no official YouTube official YouTuber, you shouldn't be doing that. You just shouldn't be doing that, period. You're causing a lot of confusion and distraction. And two things is going on there, because even when I upload a video, it'll ask me, is it this? Is it that? Then I got to pause and be like, okay, this is not a music video. I'm talking about a movie. And the categories too, they haven't upgraded the categories. You already know on your platform, people do trailer reactions, movie reviews. You need to upgrade your categories when people upload their videos. So that way we're not bitching and saying, oh, well, you didn't push it to the right people. You clearly didn't. 1,500 subscribers and I'm getting 30 views on the video. Oh, it's when you posted it. Shut the fuck up, man. Shut the fuck up. Well, you can just go on your analytics. It's like it's up to you. But you are doing things behind closed doors. But it's up to you. You uploaded the video. You should check when your audience is more. I should check when my audience is more. Even the people who you say are very active between 3 p.m. and 5 p.m. What if their father dies, or what if something happens? That 3 p.m. and 5 p.m. time window changes because they're human. You are the one who are the platform we create on. You should be doing what you should be doing to make sure people see. And there's so many things going on. There's ways you find out, or maybe shut down the fucking YouTube. Who knows? Refine the motherfucker, but you're getting your money from advertisers. Because again, I ain't seen no buy yam from this store or plantain from this store. You asked me to be specific with the ads I want to see, and I'm not seeing them. I've been on YouTube for a while. I do not see the ads that cater to me. I'm seeing a Omega wristwatch and Mercedes. I'm not even a car person like that. I'm not even a wristwatch person. I'm normally a wristband. Always wristband and bracelet. I'm like, why am I seeing Omega wristwatch? I like Bond, but I haven't watched Bond in a while. What's with the Omega wristwatch? Consistently. Then there's what's this thing? Fish fingers. I don't even eat fish fingers anymore. I thought these ads were specific to the person who partakes of the app. What the hell do I know? right? What the hell do I know? So the monetization thing, I know it was a long-winded answer to your statement, Dominic James, but I just wanted to put that out there. It's one thing to get to the 1,000 subscribers, but I'm learning. It makes me laugh too because it's like a grind. I can't wait to get there. When you get there, oh, we need to see your proof of ID to make sure you're not a robot. Word. So all these videos, you thought I was human. Well, when it gets to the 1,000 subscribers, you want to make sure you're not a robot. Okay. All right. That's when I go live. Is it AI too? Yeah. Still, we just need proof. But like I said, it's your house, not mine. But once we all move out, you will be advertising to air. But again, it sounds like it's you're ungrateful or you just want to cry baby. That's why I said, nah, it's cool. I'm gonna get my merch back up. I miss doing it, and I'm not going to rely on YouTube to find my audience because before YouTube, we were. I used that term earlier on as this energy that cocoon, you don't activate your cocoon, something does. And in my bloodline, in my upbringing, a lot of my people, my family are very creative. I'm learning to appreciate that a lot more. So when I see someone try to abuse creativity, I'm like, no, we don't do that because a lot of things that a lot of us use that we appreciate or take for granted comes from this divine supreme umbrella of creativity. Honor your creative people, it will full circle, it'll honor you back. You're the restaurant, you want people to come to your restaurant to buy your food, to eat your food. Don't hike the prices, cook well, hire passionate chefs, hire people who want to feed people. This thing is an ancient thing. One another, we are for each other. We're not here to be alone, we're for each other. Respect your people, respect the audience. This restaurant metaphor, respect your audience who come to eat food. My good lord, you can never fail. Even the people who are your chefs, once they've learned enough, they'll be like, yo, I want to go and start my own franchise. I want to start my own restaurant. Some of the people who come to eat in your restaurant over and over again end up working for you or with you, end up doing other roles in your restaurant. It's a full circle. Keep taking care of each other because of the good time or good experience they've had with your franchise or your restaurant. You can meet someone who comes to eat with you a lot to say, you know what, open another branch. We'll assist you because you've respected the people you cook food for. You piss in our drinks, you poop in our food, you reduce the portion, hike the prices, you start adding GMO shit to your menu, and you then think and expect us to come and keep paying you money. Yeah, that's the highest level of disrespect. Highest level of disrespect. The highest. The highest level of disrespect. Sometimes these platforms, I've experienced it myself internally where I'm like, shit, maybe I'm not good enough for this YouTube thing. Maybe I'm not funny enough. Maybe I express my dismay about a movie too much that I don't like. But again, when I click on YouTube and before I even hit record, I interact with this platform a lot. How to do this, how to do that, how to upgrade this app, how to fix this device. Before I buy a new device or a new microphone, just Google and YouTube, Google and YouTube. Okay, watch a breakdown of this thing. Okay, cool. I recently got an app of how to improve my lighting for a video, how to work with this camera, the best lens for this camera. I interact with the app first before I even record my video and upload. You shouldn't feel shy to say Supergirl is trash. Evil Dead was awesome. Oh, why did you say Supergirl was trash? Oh, glad you asked. Here it is. Some people say Supergirl is this and Billy Alcock is ugly and oh, her name is Alcock. Get it? Alcock. And YouTube will boost their videos. I'm like, yo, what's going on? You're sending mixed signals to teenagers and children coming up. I don't get it. Why don't you spread the love for everyone to express themselves, and let us, like an empire, and like the environment where they live in, where everything just works right. No fruits and vegetables, as different as they are, is for everyone. There's a variety in fruits and vegetables, and we all get to eat. The environment we live in, Earth, planet Earth, already tells us there's enough. In fact, more than enough for everyone, plus the animals. But you want to create this, Frankenstein shit. It's weird. Yeah, Amelia Alcock is ugly. Her teeth. She looks like a troglodyte. 20,000 views. What? Weird. Then I got to sit down and think to myself, okay, when I record this video, it's got to be short. And this, I even catch myself when I start recording my videos, I don't want it to be long. And in my head, I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Record the shit and upload the motherfucker, man. And if we get tired of this thing, another platform, like I'm observing how Patreon treats its people. There seems to be a more high level of respect with Patreon than YouTube. I'll see countless videos. I've seen some where they're crapping on, like when Riri Williams, Ironheart came out. And when I saw separate Caucasian YouTubers that I regularly watch separately, when I say the mass unfollow and unsubscribe that I did that day, quick, I'm like, this is how you people feel inside and you think, so you guys are acting. YouTube won't shut their channels down. As soon as you mention one or two things, oh, you talked about a Jew, all right, cut it off. You people are playing with fire, man. Eventually, fuck around and you will find out. Sony with these patterns are repeating themselves. Sony with this thing, keep fucking around. Y'all gonna find out eventually. All you're doing is cooking. You're letting people be like, okay, it's cool. Oh, it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. When the time comes, that's why I said, when it comes that time, we can't repeat the same patterns we are seeing with these apps from Instagram, Twitter, X, P, Y, whatever it is. We cannot become like them twice over. It's incompetent to do that. You do better than the people. You improve. You peep game. All right, cool. And when we create our own thing, don't create our own thing and try to use their own gimmicks. No, you got to come from the solar plex. It's the true essence. The better. We already live in a world that says, eat and enjoy. Be merry. Don't hoard. Don't be greedy. There's more than enough for y'all. It's someone that's telling you that, oh, it's limited. It's too many people on the planet. Overpopulation. No, because it reveals an incompetency behind this being you call Yahweh, Jehovah, God, whatever. How can you be so supreme? Infinite planets, infinity, and you don't know how to feed your inhabitants, from animals to human beings. It's stupid. And it means that then there's something. No, I look back and say there's enough. It's not like there's a lack of air, or this baby struggling to breathe while the adult's air is infinite. Now, quality of air is different because of the devices certain people are producing, but it's infinite. It's just woof. We ain't got to pray, oh Lord God, Jesus, can I get some air today? It's there. It's there. Sometimes you pray for, can I get that girl's number today? Or you pray for a job and let the interview go well. Yeah, but the air is there. So, yeah, you catch me talking about a movie, I bust jokes and whatnot, but I'm not, I'm aware. Some people say it's a gift and a curse, and it's no curse in no way, shape, or form. This thing came out of nowhere. I didn't buy pattern recognition from Costco or ADHD or neurodivergentness from Walmart. It just is. And I appreciate whatever this is in this current timeline or current phase that I'm in. And all Dominic James asked me is that you better be getting paid by YouTube. And I was like, here we go. Lock and load, fire at will. Yeah, I do catch myself going on my YouTube desktop, studio desktop, just checking. The money's gone up by 2 cents. Okay, cool. I mean, what am I doing wrong again? I'm like, I can't keep doing that back and forth. It's almost like the onus is on you. Or it's on your thumbnail, or the title, or the too many hashtags. You playing games. Like I said earlier on, you in your upload a video schematics. You have limited, your outdated, shall I say, or limited and outdated options. Entertainment. You should have a very specific trailer reaction. It lets somebody know that I'm here for. If I only say movies, movie talk, or if it's movies, subtext, movie talk, movie reviews, movie discussion, whatever it is, it lets the person know I exactly where to be at. Then you're informing the YouTuber, the content creators, to say, ticking these exact boxes that match exactly what you're talking about lets us know how to push the videos to exactly, maybe even put location. I only want South Africans to watch this video. I think that should be an option. Now YouTube might say, "Oh, you might struggle with reach." How can I struggle with reach when the freaking place is huge? How? First week only South Africans in this 1 month, and next rest of the month the world. But I want the numbers to come from South Africans first. Then I can gauge who's followed me there, who's not followed me, and I'm doing my own test. That's what they say. It's called paid promotion. Oh, now we're talking. Now we're talking. So you want us to pay you to do? Now you're talking. You're being honest. Paid promotion. So if I wanted to be only South Africa, yeah, uh, what are you, stingy? You broke motherfucker. Even that whole brand deals and whatnot. Pardon me. I haven't even had anyone reach out to me. I don't know how that works. I don't know if you reach out to a brand. Like I said, I'd like a shea butter brand to sponsor me. Like I remember when I used to do this. Where is it? Oh, it's not here. This I used to make this little skit with the coconut oil brand called Vita Coco. And one of my aunties was like, "Yo, that thing you're doing is pretty cool, man. Have they reached out to you yet?" I'm like, no. I mean, they've seen the videos and they've liked and commented, but they haven't officially reached out on the back end via email. Like, oh, we like to work with you and whatnot. So I was like, it's interesting. And she's like, oh, be mindful of giving them free promotion. I was like, oh, sure. You're good. Very good. So I thought instead I'll just use um Afrocentric brand or Afrocentric coconut oil brand, pardon me, and do my thing from there. All right, let me go back to this comment section because I see Brother Dominic is on fire. So I kicked out this whole monologue from, by the way, I hope YouTube is paying you for these streams because I seen like 6 ads already. You can pause it though. 6 ads is a bit much because that's supposed to be the average. But thank you, by the way. 6 ads. I can pause it over here. So one day I'm gonna just run an experiment. The difference between doing lives without the ads and then turning the ad button on once I'm done with the live and seeing what that does versus having the ads on whilst the live is going on. I want to see what the revenue looks like at the end because it's very picky as to what you can say and can't. That's why I was going to play the music earlier on the Afrobeat song, but when I googled it, it said, "Yo, they can cut your stream midstream. You got your partying to some whiskey. Oh, you think it's yaka?" And even that too. But I get it. Licensing, cool, whatever. It's okay. Um, I actually meant to give it a 5.5. Damn! Oh, you are, man, brother Dominic. That's not, you're not even make me want to see it more. I mean, I wasn't going to see it. The cinema. When you said trauma and violence, those are two key words that let me know it's okay. And third thing is, I won't even watch it at nighttime. I rather watch it at daytime. So that way, it's like there's weird energy for me when I watch some things at night. It seeps in a lot more than daytime. I don't know why. When it's brighter outside, I can watch a thing and my mind wouldn't hold on to it too much if I don't want it to stick. Like when I watched and in Talk with the Devil or into I think is it Talk with the Devil? Hold on. Okay, it's Late Night with the Devil. And I watched that like evening time before night because I had seen one or two clips. I was like, yeah, I don't want that in my psyche at nighttime. So I chose to watch that when it was around 6 p.m. It was still bright outside. So my psyche was still aware that it's bright outside. So it was playing back and forth like, oh, it's bright outside, so you're okay. You can watch the video, you can watch the movie. Whereas when it's night, like sunset, nah. After the clips that I'd seen, I said I can't watch this in on my lonesome. And I said no, that won't work. That won't be good for me. So 5.5 out of 10. That lets me know, yeah, don't pay money for this shit and wait till it comes out. I might actually watch Evil Dead Rise again just to see. Yeah, because I think I did a review for it. Yeah, I did because I bitched about the kid who read the book, and I made a little joke that if that was Africans, black people, black folks, highly melanated folks, brown people, no way, no way. If your book is not polished and looking smooth in a motherfucker, it ain't got afros on the front, it ain't got a saxophone on the front, it ain't got a drum, a talking drum image on the front. We're not picking. If it's all grimy and even just opening the page and it's just decrepit things. What? Close that bitch out. Homeboy opened the book, saw the images, took it home and read. We don't. That's why I was like, sometimes when it comes to horror, that's why I really appreciate the Skeleton King movie. There's a matureness to that horror movie. It's beautiful. I feel we don't play as a people. I seen like 6 ads. I meant. Okay, cool. Well, it's the same thing you said before though, but man, I feel you. I got ADHD, anxiety with a dash of OCD. Oh, you like my mom with the OCD stuff. she recently over the years, she would do a lot of things. I'm like, ah, shit, that's OCD. She said, "Oh, what do you mean OCD?" I said, "Nah, you have. I don't have." I'm like, "Mom, listen, I'm not jabbing you. This is an observational thing. This isn't to attack you. It's like, oh, we seem to have picked up traits, especially in me. My brother's OCD is mild. Mine is, but my mom is not. She's not extreme, thankfully. And that's another thing I want to talk about at a later date because it's along the line of compatibility. I mean, you could say it's part of the rhythm of convo I was having today earlier on with you guys about the girl that I liked that I saw that in the week and feeling a level of compatibility between myself and a stranger, then you feel the energy will flow back and forth when we're both talking. And there isn't this whole pressure of, I'm the woman, you're supposed to approach me and say hi. And if I feel like it, I'll respond. There's a spiritual compatibility there, even though we don't know each other. Um, Personally, there's a higher force of compatibility there that would allow us to then exchange words with each other. So the compatibility thing is very, very important. You bring children into the world when you don't know yourself. Um, if you don't know yourself and you bring children into the world who are going to pick up specific traits from you, your partner, or your ancestral lineage, then you're in for a ride. That's why I said it took me a while to understand what the hell ADHD was. Imagine growing up and being told you're a little slow, pick up the pace. Your cousins learned this faster than you or better than you, or they walked at this age full circle to come to a particular age in a different country. And this is not me shitting on my country or whatever, because again, if I want to start talking to y'all, you think he's complaining because some of you guys are so highly insensitive. You're not even aware of what you are, where you are. And it took me to learn here, not like I'm praising the West. No, I'm like something was done to my people to make him feel that being neurospicy is bad. It's only a little while ago that these people stopped tying their children's left hand behind their back if they are left-handed and forcing them to write with their right hand in this Western society in UK. Only recently they stopped doing that shit. I'm not saying yesterday, but in the space of where you say, oh, uncivilized and civilized it's past that stage of civilized. They're already civilized, and they were still tying children born um, with their left hand as their natural writing hand. They would tie the left hand behind their back. And I didn't Google this. Another Caucasian lady said this and said she was ashamed to find it out. And she was on that ADHD page I was talking about earlier on, that I was saying there seems to be a lot more of those pages headed by Caucasians than we have our pages. Full circle. That's why I said it'd be cool to have a modeling agency that caters to our uniqueness, just like Xavier's X-Men School. So that way, when you hear someone say, I'm neurodivergent, you don't say, oh, he's trying to seek attention. Oh, it's another trend. That right there shows lack of intelligence. Intelligence shows you understand different neuro what's that term? The way different neuro brain layouts. Intelligence says when you're in school, you can expect all these different unique brain types to learn one way. Intelligence says your schools will be catered towards the uniqueness in how these people learn. Intelligence says you will have people who are also aware of these types of brain developments, and you have special teachers catered or catering towards these specific brain types. So that way we all learn what we need to learn in our different ways of learning. Keep it pushing. And we enter the world serving our purpose, not because you want us to be this. Only recently I learned, oh, by the way, so you ain't got to sleep 8 hours. It was the industrial civilization, industrial time, industrial age. Somebody's conjuring up an idea and is forcing that idea onto everyone. Why don't you conjure that idea onto your people? Onto your everyone is just on board. It's man, let me woosah this bitch. It's funny how I'm like, what? Today I read about the 8 hours thing, sleep thing. Just today. We should all have known this shit in school. What is the point of school if not to learn about what we are as human beings, how we function, how we operate, how to learn, how to eat, the environment we live in or live on, and the planet we live on, and each other, so we know how to relate to each other properly. You're tall, I'm short. You're dark, I'm fair. Your nose is wider, my nose is thinner. My hair is long, your hair is. Just appreciate our differences. And also importantly, the world we call home, Earth, planet Earth, there's so many unique different things. They don't fight each other. I've never seen an apple just pluck itself from an apple tree and go and beat a mango tree. I'm gonna fuck. I don't like the way you look, mango. And then mango's like, hey, your apple, you too small for me. And then pear just jumps out of nowhere. Or banana's like, oh, look at you, you ugly looking fruit. But fruits don't do. Yo, if I stop my shit with y'all, I just sit back and just looking around like too much, too much. And again, shout out to the ADHD pattern recognition. You realize that someone is causing this shit. Once you open your mouth, or you like to blame, blame and observation are two different things. Two different things. You mean we do a certain thing because two of these bitches said is we should all. What are you, God, Yahweh, Jehovah? What? Allah? The fuck out of Dodge with that shit. Nah, too many games. If you peep game, you realize that same pattern repeats itself in all these avenues. Hollywood, movies you talk about, the shows you talk about. If it's some weird little thing, oh, if you watch this Nickelodeon shows, it's this little fetish thing and foot thing, you realize that people doing things behind closed doors that we're just about catching wind of. Just about catching wind of. Shit. Somebody tell me, oh, it's natural. No, it's not, you bitch. No, it's not. The very things we need: air, water, fire, earth. These four elements, knock one of these motherfuckers out, it's game over. And the fruits and vegetables we need. And then the elements we need to combine to make a pot to cook, or steel, or a blade, or gun, any metal work, anything, wood, the trees to cut down. Even to cut a tree down, you need a sharp object. So you got to fashion this thing first to cut a tree down. or if you use a blunt object to get the wood, whatever it is, you need this environment to build this thing you want to build. It makes sense that whatever you build yields a greater outcome, doesn't affect the environment you're inhabiting. And if you go against the environment, I got to sit back and be like, the fuck did you come from? Because you're not operating as the other things on this environment. No elephant just run around up in trees. Yeah, I'm an elephant with a big ass tusk. I don't like this tree because it look gay than a motherfucker. I don't like this tree. No, but just because they don't do that doesn't mean that they're unintelligent. They're intelligent creatures. They don't scroll on iPhones the way we do, but they're intelligent. Every animal has its varying level of intelligence, the same way we have our varying level of intelligence. ADHD brains operate like this. I keep even saying ADHD for lack of a better term. Neurodivergent brains operate like this. They be like ADHD, attention deficit disorder. That's how they'll group you bitches with tying left-handed children. Oh my god, how did you get to last this long, son? Ah, shit. Mm-hmm. It's a pattern. No, it's not in nature. We'll be so cooked if an apple tree looked at a mango tree and said, "I don't like this bitch," and just took out its roots and just under the ground and just held the mango tree's roots and they're fighting on the ground. All these things reflect incompetency in the general scheme of things and on the higher level. But when you don't see that, all I need to do is hold on. Trees don't fight each other. Yeah, you can say birds and animals, yeah, but just because you see one little thing doesn't mean it's the whole thing. There's a cycle, there's a dance. But on the grand scheme of things, the trees have the birds in their nest, and all these things that are outside, the creatures still partake. We still all need this four elements to exist. All of us. Your cheetah, the lion, the giraffe, the elephants. We still all need, all of us, as different as we are, need these four elements or five elements. You can say fifth element is spirit, but that's not at the end of there. To exist. See, man, I've been peeping game for a very, very long time. Again, shout out to the neurodivergentness for pattern recognition. It's a beautiful power. Yeah, got the ADHD, anxiety. Yeah, the anxiety kicks in. That's why I was talking about the girl that I like. That shit, that's played on. Mine kicks in sometimes if I'm doing certain things that I don't have to super calculate. For example, sometimes it kicks in when I'm doing the lives. Pardon me. I used to have this checker of seeing how many people are watching my lives before. And I don't even dabble with that anymore. I'm like, nah, if whoever dips out, dips out. They could be busy. I used to have the anxiety of, oh, new subscriber, it's grown, or even a comment. I don't like your take on this movie. Okay, then express yourself. But you're just a hater. Oh my God. Mother- I recorded a video for 40 minutes. I gave you breakdowns as to why I said this and that, and you telling me you're just a hater. You must be one of them people in Superman where Lex was a monkey, or used a monkey. No, 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 no. You must be a bot. If you were talking, you can't converse and let me know why you don't like my take. Mm-mm. Give me a second. No, siree, Bob. You better not have no boogie hanging out, man. I ain't got a mirror to check right now. Can I see in the display? Bogey? No bogey. You said you don't like my take, and then I'm a hater. No, I like discussions. I don't like arguments. I want us to be able to talk and say, and you show me. I'm like, oh, I didn't even see that point of view. Good looking. We share each other's point of views. Keep it pushing. I'm a hater. You don't like James Gunn. You're just a Zack Snyder fan. Underdeveloped mind, and it's cool. Just don't come here talking shit. Put your shit down. Um, sorry for the lack of comments. I was finishing up my editing the video. Now you good. You good, Dominic. You good. I can hear Fox outside having fun. Um, bro, you're a good YouTuber, man. I seen channels that are so hard to watch, yet they cultivate an audience and get paid. Yo, for real. Thank you for the compliment. And that's the thing that gets me too. I'm like, you guys are just pissing. Piss, 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 and just money, fam, fam. Again, pattern recognition. So if I do this, I get this. But I don't like that puppetry game. It's almost like someone is it's like a simple, oh, I mean, you can carry on how you are. It might get a little tougher to get to where you want to go, but if you I mean, you how about, try this? Mm-mm, mm-mm. I used to be religious as well, so I'm always coming from, the higher, because you're just another part of me. Bum 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 hee, hee, bum bum. Ow! You're just another. When you can levitate and I throw an apple at you, you turn that apple to butterflies. Yo! Then I'd be like, okay, you different. You different. You are, but I'm not gonna be afraid of you. You're just another. Only your another version of you can turn apples to butterflies. If I ask you for my grandmother's name, you don't know. If I ask you for her middle name, you don't know. If I ask you for a favorite color, you don't know. You're just another. You're just another. You are not it. Because if you present yourself as the it, and I ask you questions you can answer, you're not it. If you operate outside of the divine, you are not it. You're not. I breathe in air every day. I don't feel, like the air is fighting me. What you say, boy? I heard you talking shit. Yes, I'm gonna choke the shit out you. Air just flows. Air just does its thing. Flow, air. As I'm breathing air in, somebody's making love to his partner or to a partner right now. The same air. Somebody's giving birth. Right now, as I'm talking, someone is taking their last breath. Someone who's in a coma for a while, just, you know, somebody's just getting resuscitated right now. Somebody's drowning and just saved them. Air is one force, different interactions. You're not it. You thrive off fear, so therefore you're not it. That's a lower base frequency. We've risen past that, but you're still back at home playing. It's so cool. We're not gonna get everybody with that shit. It's like Uncle Bob Marley said, you might fool some people sometimes, but you're not gonna fool us all the time. And that's a might. Not you will fool. You might fool people sometimes, but you're not gonna fool us all the time. We grow, we transform. We're alchemists, we keep shifting. And you're not learning the lesson. We've learned a lesson multiple times over. You've not learned the lesson to say, cut it out, maintain divinity. One of those two actions yield a greater outcome. One of those two actions yields a greater outcome. Somebody talking about old GTA 6 should sell their disc for so and so and high prices. Yeah, people playing games too much. The moment somebody tells me, "Oh, why don't you do this and do that?" I'm like, "Yeah, you're trying to shape shift me into something I'm not." You, as a platform, should be able to welcome everybody and say, "Yo, come as you are. You can grow from this. You can even make your own platform. You can become better." You shouldn't be allowing people to tell other new YouTubers or up and coming YouTubers or current YouTubers who are trying to grow their page 5 things not to do to make sure YouTube doesn't demonetize your video or whatever. No, YouTube should be the place we go to for information. Another pet peeve that I have is a lot of documentation, very few videos, which is funny. For a platform that's a video platform, you seem to have a lot of documentation and not enough visual to go with said documentation. And the language is also important. You should be documentation, yes, but your primary thing should be a visual, step by step. So we come straight to you to trust. If you make Dominic James an official um, YouTube ambassador, then you give him a special logo. So when I go to Dominic James' page, oh, he's been thumbs up by YouTube. And when Dominic feels like he's done with that role or whatever, they take the logo off and keep the usual badge or whatever. But anybody who's not been given that symbol shouldn't say things I learned when I started doing YouTube early. Turn off these 4 buttons. You as the engine should have designated buttons for a reason. You shouldn't have some random Dick, Tom, and Harry telling you what button to you click it today, it doesn't work, click it tomorrow. Mm-mm. No, sirree, Bob. No, sirree, Bob. You are in charge of everyone you invite here. You are responsible. And you must pick your horsemen or your ambassadors wisely. If I feel like I gravitate towards my people more, nothing wrong or right with it. I seem to hear my people a lot more. Accents or whatever location. I want to see what Brother Dominic James has Dominic James, Brother Dominic has to say about um YouTube today or how to upload. I want to go to his page. I feel more comfortable hearing him talk or watching him. I feel more in the zone when I'm watching his videos because I trust his essence, his energy. If I go to Keisha's page, same thing. No one should have the right or the balls to upload a video and tell you what to click. Once your algorithm sees what to click and what not to click, delete that video. Or two, if things are running smoothly on your platform, you wouldn't have Dick Toms and Harry saying things I learned that you should click off because you on your engine you already have shit set up properly. So I'm a guy who just wants to do trailer reactions only for old movies, black and white movies, new movies, DVD movies, VHS movies, whatever it is. That's my thing only. I might grow to become something different later in the years to come, but for now, that's my thing only. You should have a special category for trailer reactions only. Some people like to watch other people react to certain things. I like to watch Michael react to horror movies. I love the way Tina reacts to comedy. That's nothing. We already grew up watching our dads watch movies, watching our grandma watch a thing. We already grew up, so it's not new. You're just taking what already exists and you're now making it a thing. But you don't piss on your people, man. Don't piss on your audience. How many hashtags is too many? I found that I don't know if you're asking a rhetorical or legitimate question, but I checked on YouTube recently. It said 15. 15 was too, no, 15 was the limit, and I had like eight. I think I had 20, not 18, 20. Then there's default upload hashtags, and then there's channel hashtags. And when I was like 15, again, where's the YouTube video for that? Someone could say, oh, it's on. This thing should be easily accessible. Text is one thing to talk to people, but remember, we all learn differently. Some people learn through visual. I'm one of those people who tend to struggle with reading. But you play an audio for me and a visual. Like when my computer broke down one time, I was like, oh, I panicked. That anxiety kicked in, like, yo, your shit is fucked up. Mm, your shit is fucked up. I woosawed. I said, you know what? YouTube. There were a lot of videos that annoyed me, but I was like, yo, I want to fix this thing. How do I fix this thing? Don't confuse me. Don't too much. Just this thing. Played it in the background, softly spoken. Hi everyone, get your tools ready. Make sure your device is turned on overnight first, so that way there's no charge of electricity. Unplug from the wall. If you want to wear gloves, wear gloves. Get this cloth to wipe this, wipe that. Move this, do that. Da da da. Slow, slow, slow. That's how I not all this yeah fat. No, I mean I talk fast too, but I tend to go over my things over and over again, hoping that my point has been gotten across properly, or I put my point across properly. So with those kind of things, you want to talk clearly. So again, have the text. Let people know this is how this channel works, or even the hashtag thing. There should be a video or a bunch of videos. I don't even say a bunch. It should be simple. I think you should have 3 videos tops. If you're a particular niche, try these hashtags, or you can even create your own hashtag. Like if you have a slang, you can create a hashtag for your slang so people know, when they type in your slang as a hashtag, pardon me, it takes them straight to your video. Encourage those things, not just tippy tappy tap when I Google and AI says this. Be precise. So when we come to your hub, YouTube, your main YouTube page to describe how YouTube works, we know exactly what we're doing. So if I go to Dominic James page, I know what's popping. Not some random douchebag who, yeah, he or she had a rough experience starting YouTube, but that's because you and your platform are not transparent enough. I'm still pissed that you have outdated categories: music, auto vehicles, and people in blogs. I thought blog was a written thing. Wasn't it vlogs? You don't even have a specific category for what people are doing a lot more today. Exercise or yoga. Maybe have a specific, maybe have just exercise or body training or health, and then sub cooking, sub. So that way we're like, okay, cooking, but what is fries, or I'm just, specific. So we know where we get in and fit in. We would tell you over and over and over again, y'all motherfuckers won't listen. It's almost like, oh, if you want to enter our house, you do what we tell you to do or get the fuck off. Don't worry, keep fucking around. Y'all gonna find it eventually. Most definitely. So it's 15 hashtags I saw. I had to change my hashtags too, because I ain't got time for one of those. It's probably your hashtags. I'm like, yeah, no. 1,500 subscribers, 15 views. Something fishy is going on. Did you ever see District 9? It said in South Africa, best movie ever. Yo, that movie, shit. That movie hurt, man. Good movie. Good freaking movie, but it hurt because the undertones, the subtext. I was like, yeah, shit is. Some people let that shit went over their head, but I'm like, yo, very good movie, but it hurt. I've only watched that movie once. I when I like a movie, I like to do repeat viewings. But certain movies are so good only once, meaning they're so good I don't want to watch it again to feel pain. District 9 was good, man. But yeah, that shit was painful. I seen Late Night with the Devil. That movie was my shit. I seen it in the movies and I love that. Oh yo, damn, you're lucky you got to see it in the cinema. You are lucky you got to see it in the cinema, dude. I wanted to, but I was too shook. I was like, not sure. Just sit there in that whole space. I wasn't sure how it'll land. But when I saw it on digital, I was like, yo, very good. Like the whole setup was done well. And to be set up in is it 19? Is it 80s or 90s? I think it was 80s, between 80s and 90s. I could be wrong. That time era too was beautiful. Beautiful choice. It wasn't, it gave it that old school vibe as well. Even though it was made in contemporary times, but it's very good. I really enjoyed that movie. I see the LOL emoji. I think that must have been when I was saying the apples are fighting the pear. Yeah, because when I just watch people talk about uh, se- uh yeah, sometimes I can get my humor across the way where I'm like, that's how silly people sound to me. Because I just look and I'm like, whatever you tell me, the evidence is otherwise. So you can lie you want. I all I do is look out into nature. And yeah, I watched the documentaries and the lions eat the gazelles and the mother bird pushes the baby bird from the nest. Yeah, but in general, no. You just happened. Yeah, those things are shocking, of course. Of course they're shocking, but just because they do it, that's like me saying, "Oh well, if the mother bird pushes the baby out of the nest, then it's okay for human beings to do it. What are we, mother birds?" So just because something you see something in nature, then you say, "Oh, we should know." A level of intelligence is different. Your stream is good. What? Your stream is good enough that I just seen a Walmart ad. Is it because I mentioned Walmart earlier on? So if I say PlayStation, it's going to throw in a PlayStation. Yeah, the money better be flowing in nicely. And it's funny because I used to think, okay, you stream for 30 minutes, the ad revenue is different. You stream for an hour, the ad revenue is different. I remember the other stream I did the other day, the Super Bowl one. That's like 2 hours and a bit. It's showing that the more you watch, the more the ad revenue grows. But it's like not $20. $20 is different, right? In US. What's what you guys call the lesser thing than the dollar? Hold on. Is less, what you guys call it? Cents. 20 cents. It's 20 cents. I'm like, so all that time I was talking is 20 cents? All right. Say less. So I'm trying to also gauge as well. But like I said, I'm going to work on Wusa. I'm going to start working on my merch. I guess I'm letting you guys know in advance. And then Gonna start working more on my Patreon as well because I got some movies I want to react to, man, and some things I want to like some music. I want to do some music stuff too, but I know YouTube wouldn't allow it. I don't know how DJs do that stuff on YouTube and don't get copyright strike. But at least it's good to see a Walmart ad. I blame vaccines on my ADHD. Damn. So you wait, did you when you say that, is that a joke or you're like wink wink, were you born with it or is it like something that got triggered due to the vaccines? I've seen a lot of people use mention this lately. I'm like, interesting. Because for me, it's in the genes. My dad has it, my mom has it, plus the OCD. My twin siblings have it. My other brother and sister have it. So like Star Wars. I have it. My brother has it. It's in my family. We are sensitive in the force. So yeah, and I've googled a lot of it. Apparently it's highly genetic. It's a long bloodline lineage thing. And there's still more to learn about it. That's why I don't play around with the ADHD stuff or the neurodivergent stuff. My anxiety and ADHD come back with a vengeance like a year ago, and I blame my job. Yeah, that's one thing, boy. That's one thing. Being serious, I work with cats and dogs, and broke my psyche. Shit. You are brave, man. And I love animals, but boy, I wonder how that works out, man. Oh, it broke my psyche. Okay, cool. I think I corrected myself earlier on, or corrected the thing indirectly. It broke my psyche. Oh, big dog. Did you see the trailer for Hope? Hope. Is that a movie? Is a trailer for? Is that something? What? Ooh. So just type in Hope. Man, these boys already got the review for X-Men 97 episode 4. Shit, I'm wasting time over here, boy. I am wasting time over here. It's called Hope. Oh, what is that? That looks good. When did you see it? This says 4 days ago. How did I miss this? I'm subscribed to this channel as well. Both of them. This is two separate channels that I'm subscribed to, and none of them showed up in my Yeah, that don't make no sense. Is it an American movie or Japanese movie? I can see subtitles. Okay, I've seen two subtitles and it doesn't look like it's a Chinese. I mean, like an American English speaking. All right, cool. So that means it's not an English speaking movie. All right, cool. Neon plus Orange Film. Is this AI? Is it real? Is it a real movie? I mean, is it like non AI? What did I say? From Na Hong Jing. Okay, so it's a real movie then, it's not AI thing. Director of what? Director of The Wailing, and The Yellow Sea. I ain't even heard of those 2. Wait, The Wailing? The director of The Wailing, Yellow Sea, and The Cashier. The Chaser. That's the, dyslexia right there, cashier. I thought it was AI, it's real. Oh! It's September. The hell is that? Oh, run. Is it one guy? One thing? Homeboy on the horse with the camera weaving back and forth is wild work. That is good. Hey! You get a good look at it? It's not a species of food. Ooh. Hey, yo. Mm. Get you. Why do you all have weird, rifles? What are you long I don't understand the weapon choice. They all seem to have rifles. Rifles? Rifles. That's good. That was a good shot. Holy crap. It's more than one. What does it involve? What did I say? A rip roaring what? Yeah, that's disgusting, son. So who's making this? I'm trying to read if it's a Japanese thing or Korean. Is it Korean? A rip roaring instant cult classic. The Hollywood Reporter. Damn. Pure unfiltered blockbuster adrenaline thing. Oh no way. Gee, God damn. Oh my gosh, that looks good. Good looking, Dominic James. Good looking out, my dude. Good looking out. Oh, Korean movie, say less. Just about because I could tell with the not the glyphs, the calligraphy. I'm trying to learn the difference between Japanese, Chinese calligraphy and Korean calligraphy. Because like, yeah, that doesn't seem that doesn't seem like what I remember Japanese calligraphy to be. That looks good. When's that coming out though? Does it say the release date for me? Okay, let me just type in Hope official release date in UK. That looks very now that I'll watch. I'm still yet to see the kung fu movie that came out recently. Mm, Hope 2026 September. 2 months away. That's not bad. Is that coming out in cinema though, or is that straight to digital over here? Distribution. Okay, I'm not seeing anything that says it won't be released in theaters. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to keep an eye out for that one. Thank you very much for mentioning that. When you said Hope, I was like, what? Why would I watch a movie called Hope? That sounds funny. Hope. Yeah, that looks good. The CGI looks very, very good. Those guys, over there, they don't play with their graphics seem to be on point. They don't play with their graphics when it comes to creating characters. Like there's this show that they launched on Netflix. I think it's called Home Sweet Home. Very, very good graphics. Very for like monsters and very good. I was very impressed. I'm like, oh yeah, y'all don't play with your CGI. You do very, very clean. Very clean, looks believable. Looks very believable. Okay, there's a yawn, so let me get my ass off the bed. Mr. Late Night Owl. Um, Laugh my ass off. I just seen a Target ad. No way. Did I say Target before? I said mention Walmart and I didn't say Target. I think I said something else. Think I said something else. But then again, do you shop at Walmart and Target? If that's the case, then yeah, maybe that's a popular shopping location, shopping mall, shopping spot for people over the US. I think that makes sense in general. But I still feel you want this whole thing to work out well with your advert. Then let me see some shea butter adverts. I'm yet to see it. Or maybe you guys should reach out to some other, you know, Afrocentric brands so we can see ourselves reflected in your adverts. Otherwise, you're just trying to sell shit to us you don't want to buy. 3 hours straight. I mean, I normally pull that off when I'm gaming, but I'm live in person. I guess again, the griot energy or the storyteller energy. Not trying to toot my own horn, but 3 hours straight and I'm standing, man, I'm gonna feel that in the morning with the feet. My feet are gonna feel that in the morning. When I was a kid, they gave me and all my buddies vaccines, or maybe it's genetic. Damn, that's definitely an angle for sure. That might be a key factor for you. But then again, how many vaccines did I have? No, but that's why I feel, yeah, you see, this is why I feel it's very important to look into it more so we have a clear understanding of what's popping. Hope it's a Korean movie. Primitive. Bro, you watch a horrible movie? Watch Primitive War. It was so bad I couldn't finish it. Nah, you trying to get me to watch a thing you couldn't finish. No, it was a rebab. I can't even remember what I a horrible movie. I need to think on that one, man. Yeah. If I'm yawning, that's twice now. Yep, that's twice. I need to think on that one. There's horrible movie. There have been a bit though, but not many. Horrible movie. You know what? Horrible. Yeah, I'm drawing blanks, but just to mention the second Avatar movie. I wouldn't say horrible, but I found it very very insulting. It wasn't a movie. It was just stuff that it wasn't even a proper movie where you'd have a good story and you're following the story through. Just the things that happen. I was like, this can't be a movie that you expect an intelligent audience to follow through. No. Mm-mm. So just quick answer: Avatar 2, Blue People Avatar 2, not Ang Avatar, but the blue skinned Navi. The first one was legit fire movie, but the second one, ooh, so yeah, you are insulting your audience. Maybe I should check out the trailer for Primitive now, just because you mentioned it. Just because you mentioned it. Worst movie I've seen this year is Death of a Unicorn. That came out this year? I thought that came out last year. That's the one with the girl who played Wednesday, right? Wednesday Adams and other people. Yeah, there was some weird celestial spiritual thing to that. When I saw the trailer, I was like, oh, this looks cool. I think I saw someone do a mild breakdown of it, and I thought this is a spiritual element to it. It's not a movie everybody will like, but the undertone, there was something about it. But I started to watch it when I think when it came out in digital, but I didn't know it was this year. I thought that was last year, and I was like, yeah, this is not for me. But I would say that was horrible. Well, compared to Avatar, I can stomach certain things. I can stomach certain things. I'm like, yeah, now that I know what you're about, it's okay. Whereas Avatar, because we're following this character from Avatar one, so I was like, okay, well, I remember when James Cameron said he wants to do like five more. I was like, dude, your first one was excellent. You don't need to do more. What else can you tell in this? What story? If you want to tell more stories, just make it a trilogy. But to say you have like nine more to tell, I'm like, no. The first one was perfect, but the way you ended it, I can see how 2 and 3 can work, but 4 and 5 is pushing it. But when they made the second one and he had children and they're all stupid, hey, no, it didn't work. It didn't work. It didn't work at all. Bro said it was painful. Did you see Backrooms? No, not yet. Again, I'm gonna wait for digital. I want to watch a movie where I can. It's like put it this way. Let's say I'm expecting to see a movie like Independence Day, and then they drop a movie like Backrooms. I'm not saying I will never see the movie. It's just what I like to enjoy in summer or mostly all year round. Is something as big and epic and fun and exciting and adventurous as Independence Day. I'm not saying I want to see aliens. I'm just saying that movie was so big. It was a thrilling ride. Or you want to give me action horror? Constantine. You want to give me space epic? Dune. And that's what I look forward to annually because it was like that before. It was once like that where you had different genres and franchises in one year where you're like, January was good, March was awesome, May is about to be dope, or June, July is about to be packed. We had sections where I used to, put money aside ready for my popcorn and everything when these movies came out because I knew it was going to be an experience. But these days, Disclosure Day came out. I haven't even seen it yet. I'm going to see it because I saw some people who are like-minded like me, and they're like, "Yo, if you're a spiritual person, you're gonna love Disclosure Day because people are gonna it's gonna go over some people's heads, and I'm okay with that." But people are like, "Yo, if you love you're into your spirituality, and you know what's going on, check Disclosure Day out." I'm like, "Yep, I'll definitely check that out." I think I'll see that after um Odyssey. I want to make sure I see it before Spider-Man. I want to give enough time for my head to settle to then watch Spider-Man. So I got to finish doing the edits for It Welcome to Derry, Paradise, and also X-Men 97. So it's quite a bit, man. Quite a bit, quite a bit, quite a bit. And then I want to make room for Spider because Spider-Man, it has to work. For me, that movie has to work. I've disliked the last two Tom Holland Spider-Man movies. It just has to work. Otherwise, I'm done with Marvel. Especially after Doomsday is game over. Might I enjoy Backrooms? Um, it ain't for everybody, but I thought it was good. That's cool. That's cool. Spider Man's gonna be the shit. Yeah, you better be the shit. It's just it's like don't waste time. Get it popping. I needed to be mature. You're showing those scenes where he's fighting the hand in the prison. Mask off. It's got to be mature. If you're saying homeboy has his mask off and people are coming to kill him, logic dictates that if he beats them so good, they'll honor some code and like, don't worry, we won't tell nobody who you are. But realistically, I'd like it to be like he beat their asses so much he knocked them out. Maybe this is where we get to see Spider-Man let loose and not hold himself back, and people are being terminated. I'm not saying I want to see blood and kill, but if your mask is off and people can see who you are underneath the mask, they could put two and two together and realize who you are. I mean, they don't know who Peter Parker is, so then maybe it doesn't count, does it? Right? 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 Peter Parker doesn't exist anymore, right? It's just this guy who's wait a second. Am I making a mistake? Like, will the hand be able to say Peter Parker, Spider-Man, or because of Doctor Strange's spell, they can't add the two together? And this hype about Sadie Sink playing Jean, you just man, listen. The best analogy I could have given tonight is the restaurant with the food thing and the what? I'm tired, so I'm drawing blanks. The food and restaurant thing and the Independence Day. So Gene, to Gene or not to Gene, cool, but it's got to work because Once we see her, logic dictates that this is going to be our new Jean. So therefore, your next X-Men cast will be in the same age range that she's in, unless you're saying since this movie is before Doomsday, then Jean is from an alternate timeline and someone yanks her in here, or because of Doctor Strange's spell, she fell in through the cracks and she wants to get back home. Then cool, it's either one or the other. But if she's permanent in this MCU, then we are to expect that the X-Men exist out there and they're all in the same age bracket. I don't see how Cyclops is going to be a grown man. It means Cyclops has to be the same age as Sadie Sink. If she's Jean, and if she's not Jean, the payoff better be worth it because this whole cloak and dagger thing is getting boring, very boring. And Spider-Man's going to be the shit. I'm 90% sure Venom is going to be inspired. 90% sure. What are you smoking over there in that animal vicinity? 90%. Is that cat? Is that kitty? What do you kitty litter? What kitty? What no kitty munchies? No. 90%. What 90 is? You didn't say 30 for 90? Brother Dominic James, 90. Yo. I'm 3,000%. He's not in it. 90% is high. So you got Venom, Tombstone, Sadie Sink might be Jean, Hulk, the Hand, and then the Punisher. That's like 6 dudes, minus and then Scorpion and then Boomerang. It's a lot. How would you give enough screen time for Venom? Nah, 90%. Too much. High. I'm gonna hold you to that, man. Because it's coming out this month. I'm gonna hold you to that, Dominic. 90% is high, bro. Those are bold numbers. You brave. You are brave. That's your ADHD kicking in. 90%. Yeah, it's too much bad guys. I think they're CGI'd out Spider-Man trailer. Yeah, true. Some scenes look like the character should be filling up that space. I remember when the hand jumps towards him outside and he's jumping back down. Some people said you can see that someone is flying straight towards another character that they've CGI'd out. Yeah, cool. But it could be Jean. Maybe Jean is levitating. It just better work, man. If it doesn't work, it'll be a shame. My chocolate. I need some chocolate. My eyes are getting heavy. I can feel it. It's time for bed for me. LOL, where the hand is gonna know what Spider-Man looks like. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about. They're gonna know Spider-Man looks like this guy, but I don't know if they're gonna put 2 and 2 and say this guy is also Peter Parker because of Doctor Strange's spell. So that's probably why they showed it in the trailer. And they're gonna find a way to answer that in the movie. Otherwise, it's either one or the other. Either they keep it quiet. I don't know how long for though. Or he kills him because you know my face, so I gotta, you know. Or the third option would be, yeah, because of Doctor Strange's spell, there's no correlation. But it's gotta make sense. I put in Jean Grey in this is an interesting decision. I didn't expect that. Yeah, neither did I. I didn't think this is if someone told me, oh, we're gonna get to see 3 new X-Men characters that Feige has casted or has greenlit for the new X-Men in 2 movies this year coming from Marvel. One of them is Spider-Man, one of them is Doomsday. Yeah, I wouldn't have assumed that you'd put them in a Spider-Man movie. I mean, it's smart, it's cool, but again, if I don't like gimmicks, I'm far too old for gimmicks. I've grown past gimmicks. If you're doing something and you're setting up something, then my brain keeps telling me if we're going to say if we're accepting that Sadie Sink is playing Jean officially, then you're also indirectly telling us that this will be the age of the X-Men characters moving forward. So they can grow the audience. Or unless you want to change the whole thing, so there's no love interest between Jean and Cyclops, meaning then Cyclops could be an older guy where there's no love thing going on between Jean and Cyclops. And then the next thing is okay, so if you're having, first of all, if you're most of your entire X-Men cast is going to be along the same age range of um Sadie Sink, then where does the what's Wolverine looking like? What's his age like? Because again, there's a love triangle between Jean, Cyclops, and Wolverine. Or are you doing away with that finally? If that's the case, yeah, I welcome that. I welcome that. So that means we're gonna have a younger cast for like X for Cyclops, Jean, and who else? And then we're gonna have an older guy for Wolverine and Xavier, obviously, because Xavier can be talking to a baby or teenage Wolverine. So if Sadie Sink is the official Jean for this universe, then where are the X-Men and why is Jean alone? Here, what happened to the X-Men that Jean is running around alone? Or Jean hasn't found the X-Men yet. She hasn't found Xavier yet. So that means you haven't even casted Xavier yet. Okay, so when Jean is done with this movie, where does she go? Then the only logic thing that's in the back of my mind is that she's from a different timeline. That's the only thing that makes more sense because once this whole movie's done, maybe she escaped the TVA. Because once you're done, you need to answer two questions: Has the X Men been formed yet? And if so, then Xavier's going to be pissed that she's doing what she's doing. But to not have an X-Men costume on and she's doing stuff behind closed doors and messing people's minds, the Hulk and a large number of people as well. She's body jumping the tank and everything. I don't know. It might be that she's not from our current MCU timeline, which is cool. Which is that's an interesting yeah, a lot of things to play with. That's what's making me look forward to the movie because I'm like all these things could be answered in very creative ways. Like yeah, if you're smart enough, you stick the landing. Because I'm like, oh, Dad, hold on a second. She's young. I mean, it's cool. I don't mind the young X Men cast, like X Men First Class. That was cool. I enjoyed that. That's got a high rewatchable value for sure. I can rewatch that and not be bored. I'm trying to tell you, man. Okay, granted, I smell a cat shit. You smell a cat shit. I'm tripping, but I'm sure Spider Man is already attached to Peter. That's what I'm saying. Then how are they going to pull off that scene? I mean, it's got you and I talking about it, so that's a good thing. But after that last movie, no, you have to play it well. I want to enjoy it. I do because the trailer looks good. I want to enjoy it, but we'll see. We'll see. I say Venom. Oh, Venom is attached to Peter. Then if it's attached to Peter, where did it come from then? If Marvel is not open to doing some good backstories, then it's like I said, no room for gimmicks. Whatever you do in your movie has to make sense. And if you're setting things up for the future, good. That means you've already spoken to your crew behind the scenes and you've given the go ahead. The only thing I'm fully looking forward to, fingers crossed, is Avengers Doomsday. So Spider-Man is like neither here nor there because I don't trust them to fully do justice. The only Spider-Man movie I like is the first Tom Holland Spider-Man movie, and that's it. Pardon me. The other two are trash to me. They're non-movies to me. I don't want to see a young Cyclops. I want to see a grown man Cyclops. That is heavily inspired by the Marvel vs. Capcom. Ooh, good call, good pull, man. Same here. Same here. That's why the OG X Men with James Marsden and Hugh Jackman. I enjoyed it. I feel they could still do some. I feel you can still pull off one or two movies. That's why they're doing X-Men. I mean, Avengers: Secret Wars. But didn't Feige? Wasn't there a rumor or an official statement that Feige was saying this is the last time we'll see the James Marsden X-Men crew ever on screen, right? So we want to give him a good hurrah. And yeah, because you know this whole thing is money. I don't see them sticking with James Marsden and Hugh Jackman's crew as the the consistent X-Men cast. It's a lot of logistics because you got to get the lady who played Jean. So they're gonna finally kill them off in Doomsday. I welcome that, as long as it's a good send off, it's a good payoff, it's gonna be a good fight scene and a good end. Then yeah, but I agree with you. I'm not in the mood to see no young the young X Men cast. I just about took in from is it First Class, right? Yeah, I just about enjoyed that, and that too. I wish they had more time to expand because we could have grown with them. But then you have an issue with the love triangle between Jean, Wolverine, and Cyclops. Maybe you don't need the love triangle between the three of them. Yeah, me too. I agree. Venom was left in the MCU by Eddie. Then that see that's a gimmick because they didn't pay it off properly. That's where you spoil your own universe by doing gimmick shit. But I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. As long as if they're going to stick with that story, they have to tie it in properly. They have to find a way to say that thing got loose and it attached itself to Peter in that prison. But that doesn't look like a place you keep a symbiote, especially if you're saying people who capture that thing are smart. You'd have to keep it in a test space. Maybe it attaches itself to Peter when they're fighting, but at the prison, no, I'm misreading the scene. Maybe it's already attached itself to Peter, and Peter then we see it unleash itself properly at the prison. Yeah, that's probably the case. That is probably the case. All right, peeps, brother Dominic James, my battery is on low. My cosmic battery needs a reset. I need a snack, and then my body's saying time to go night night. It's 3 a.m. over here. What am I talking about? It's 4 a.m. I mean, I know I'm a night owl king, but yeah, we did that ain't bad. 3 hours and 22 minutes. Yo, YouTube. Money, 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 money. I'm playing. Or am I? Or am I? That's the question for the day or for the night. Or technically for the early morning. It's 4 a.m. It's officially 4 a.m. So technically, it's a question for the day. I've, of course, been your one and only multi-potentialite, neurodivergent host, the Kosmic Jedi, signing out. Thank you for watching. Brother Dominic James, peace out indeed, big dog. Appreciate your time sitting with me and doing. You said you were doing your edit. Am I even subscribed to you? Do you have a YouTube channel? Don't tell me you're one of the, because you know how YouTube has changed the names around. Because I saw you said you were editing earlier on. So I don't know when you said editing the video. I'm like, I forgot to ask, what exactly were you editing? Let me see if it's something I can support. I can tell my voice is getting quieter. It needs me to sleep. To sleep. If I right click on your name, oh, say no wonder. Because I'm like, all right, cool, 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 cool. But when you feel the need to share with a brother, let me know. Not on this account. I say less. Say that's got you. Got you, got you, got you. All right, cool, cool, cool. Because like I heard you say editing. I'm like, what is he editing? I'd like to take a peruse. All right, peeps. If you stay, to those of you who watch this video later, you said to the end, you are a trooper. You are a trooper. I'm outie. I can just tell my energy is just like, woosah, sleep. We need sleep. We need sleep. Deuces and salutations. I'm outie. Happy Saturday. Happy weekend.